This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, September 29th. I'm Tori here with the brother I never asked for, Jeffrey, and Lindsay joins us from home. Starting off a little spicy.
Can I be the sister from another mister? What's going on?
You are a sister from another mister, but I wanted you. I didn't want this one. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Starting off strong.
I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna let it go because our first story is about politics. I'll save it.
Okay.
I'll channel the anger towards you.
I can't wait. Here we go. Well, everybody's talking about it. Let's get straight to it. The big presidential debate is tonight. Let's get ready to rumble. Isn't that what they say?
You're not getting any backup over here.
And before we even get into it, we want to know what you think, DBL Nation. Who's going to win? Joe Biden or President Trump? So we want you to go to dblvote.com. We want you to tell us what you think. The debate kicks off in Cleveland at 9 p.m. Eastern, and a new poll is saying just 14% of voters have yet to decide who they're voting for. Now, the two candidates have reportedly taken different approaches to prepping for tonight. I'm not surprised. The president is not doing traditional debate prep. Instead, he's just going to rely on his experience in office, saying he doesn't want to overdo it. On the other side, Joe Biden has been practicing with his team by doing mock standoffs, and I personally know he has had psychological profilers try and help him prep as well. Now, Chris Wallace from Fox News is moderating, and interestingly enough, he will not be fact-checking either candidate. And did you know you can actually bet on tonight's debate? Wow, look at where we are. Some of the bets you could place include, will either candidate wear a mask on stage? Will the president say fake news or China more? China. And will the candidates greet each other with a fist bump, an elbow bump, or nothing at all? Brilliant.
My first bet is going nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
And I don't think Trump will wear a mask.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Not going to touch each other.
That's a lock.
That's a lock. I'm going to put that one down. I want to know, Lindsay, what you think the strategy will be for both Biden and Trump. I have my own theory. I want to hear from both of you. Linz, what's your take?
Well, I think President Trump is going to stick to what he usually does, which is show up and just kind of go directly smack at whoever his opponent is. And I think if Joe Biden has to come up with a strategy that's his own, he can fall into that trap of trying to meet him there. And then I don't know that Joe Biden is strong enough to meet him there in that space and debate really well. There's so many things to talk about. Joe Biden may have to answer for his crime bill of 1994. President Trump may have to answer for what happened with his coronavirus response. And both of them really need to answer for how they're going to move forward protecting black and brown bodies, in my opinion, in this country. So I think that there's a lot to discuss, and I hope we don't get lost in the let's get ready to rumble portion of this and just constantly fight and throw jabs, calling them nicknames and names that end up lasting throughout the campaign. A lot of people are tuning in and mail-in voting, so I think people really might be making their decision based off of tonight. I know it's not a large number of people, you said, who already don't know where they stand, but I think this debate is going to be really important for those people who are somewhere in the middle that are mail-in voting.
Absolutely, especially Ohio, Iowa, Pennsylvania. What do you think is the strategy?
Ooh, there's so much to unpack here. Unfortunately, Lindsay, I think we're going to get into that, name calling, mudslinging back and forth. I think it's a good strategy. We were talking about this before. Oddly enough, this is what our life has come to. We're talking about politics casually in our,
I'm so proud of you.
In our off time. No, but I'm very excited about tonight's debate. I am, and I've never said that in my whole life. I think it's very interesting. We say only 14%, but I think a 10% swing in any direction wins the election, right? So if Trump comes out, I do not like that he's saying, 4 years in office gives me enough. You practice like you play, and I firmly believe that. And if you don't know what's coming, might be the one stumbling up there. But again, I say this all the time, and I'm not trying to make fun of Joe Biden. I thought, if you remember, Tori, Hillary falling down before she got in that car.
She kind of stumbled,
I should have brought up this point so we had the visual of it. But if you guys remember 4 years ago, Hillary stumbled, couldn't get in the car, and I think that showed a sign of weakness, which a lot of people, it might have shifted the votes. I don't know. I don't know politics that well. But if Joe displays any type of that behavior tonight, it's not going to be good for Joe Biden. So I'm very excited about this. You said, let's get ready to rumble. I feel like this is a prize fight tonight. And there's betting on it and everything.
I know, you're so excited. I know. It's like pay-per-view. My quick take is from The Atlantic. I just want to say an article that the psychologist said the best thing to do to get under President Trump's skin is to A, call him Donald, and B, bring up a very innocuous lie in the beginning. Like he said, I lived on the 68th floor of Trump Tower, right? Well, there's only 50 floors at one point. So every time he lies, simply say, we're on the 68th floor again, and move on. Stay calm and just brand the lie. And I think that's a really smart move.
But how would Joe know what's a lie or not?
I think they're pretty obvious, in my opinion.
I wouldn't know the 68th floor. If someone's like, I live on 6, good for you.
Well, you would know if there's 50 floors in the building you're on. It's in the elevator.
How do I know how many floors are in the Trump building?
You own it. It's Trump
I think,
building.
Tori, if they're going to use that strategy and he's going to point out a lie, it has to be something that everybody like Jeff and I would understand.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I think that the voters and people watching are going to be like,
no, it's an innocuous lie that didn't need to happen. And
Lindsay's on my side. What your point you just made, you got overruled.
No, I didn't.
Your point stunk.
The megaphone says.
Wow, Tori, you started off wrong this morning.
The debates are on right now. You can
Start it now.
place your bets, me or Tori.
That's right. Oh,
okay,
God.
I lost.
It's definitely going to be Jeff. 62%, if we could bring up the megaphone again, I just want to say Joe will win, and 38% of you say Donald Trump. Again, that's the same 38 base. That's his base. That number,
and if you get that 10 and 14% swing, then what?
All right, exactly. Let us know if you will be watching, tuning in. Well, after tonight's debate, head on over to our DBL Instagram, because Lindsay and I will be doing a live post-debate wrap-up with our thoughts and analysis on the debate on Instagram Live. It's going to be so much fun, and Jeff won't.
Could I make an appearance?
No.
Why not?
All right, you're welcome to join.
I definitely will not be joining.
All right, we've got to talk about this. This video is crazy. It's about President Trump's former campaign manager, Brad Parscale, who found himself in some trouble. Let me tell you the story here. So police just released this body cam footage from an incident at his Florida home. His wife reportedly, this is she, called the police, Candace, after she heard a gunshot. You can see her there in a bikini and towel talking to the cops. They find Parscale on the front porch, shirtless, holding a beer, fly down, and he doesn't comply with an order to get on the ground. Now that's when, boom, police took him down with force. Parscale was involuntarily committed at a Florida hospital using the Baker Act. The Trump campaign released a statement saying in part that Parscale is, quote, a member of our family and we all love him. Just a shocking video to see of someone who is so high up. There is some allegations that he might have taken some money, again, embezzlement from the campaign. Again, that's all alleged. But his wife called with bruises on her arm and said, I'm going to hurt myself, and cocked a gun several times. And they actually used the Florida red flag law that came into place after Parkland because he had 10 firearms in the house. Jeff, what did you think of when you saw this?
I think the one thing that sticks out the most to me, Tori, not ignoring the rest of the video, is his mental health. I think that's what we have to check on. These people who own 10 guns, these people who act out, this isn't normal behavior, right? So we have to go to mental health, but immediately when you see this story, people are going to go to, oh, this guy's a Trump guy, look at what an idiot he is, he doesn't follow the rules. Now, and then it just gets into a mudslinging match. When we're talking about, I see mental health here, and that's what I look at, and I'm just going to leave it there because I don't want it to get in something that it's not, but that's what jumps off the screen.
And to be honest with you, they took him into hospitalization using the Baker Act involuntarily because of his mental health. I think the red flag laws actually worked here, and I'm excited to see that they were enacted after Parkland. Lindsay, what did you think about that video?
Yeah, I just thought it was crazy. I think the same thing. I don't want to bash somebody while they're going through all that. So I think that they really need to just take his mental health seriously and figure out what their next steps are. I'm glad that the Democrats didn't jump on board and start to bash and jump on the train of, like, what Jeff was just saying, that President Trump's team is all out of whack. So I just hope that they get better.
Yeah, and again, the Miami Herald is the one saying cops saw bruises on her arm, his wife, and she did say he has hit her in the past. Again, this is a big mess, and we don't want to get into all of that, but we want to make sure you hear the whole story from us. Well, moving on to happier news, we want to give a big DBL shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Good sound effect, Schroeder. They won the Stanley Cup last night, becoming the first team to win a championship since the pandemic began. And there's one more sports story we want to mention. At last night's Monday Night Football game, the ESPN announcer found himself in some hot water after he repeatedly referred to the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes as Pat. Patrick's mother tweeted about it, saying, if this announcer doesn't stop calling my son Pat, ugh, I may scream LOL, hashtag help. Jeff, is that like someone calling you Jeffy?
I don't know if I'd tweet about it if someone kept calling me Jeffy.
Well, it bothers some people. Like, I'm a Victoria, just so you guys all know. And if you call me Vicky, I will not respond to you.
I have way bigger things in life. If someone calls me Jeffy, I even, answer to curse words, whatever you want.
It doesn't matter. Lindsay, does it bother you?
I think if somebody's mama jumps in and says their opinion, you need to listen to mom and start calling that man by his full name, okay? That's what you need to do.
And I think that's the end of the conversation, right? If the mama says you listen to mama and there is no, so whatever mama wants, I agree with mama.
Everything mama says is allowed. Now, the announcer also said he felt bad because his name, he apologized, his name is often mispronounced. So I appreciate that on someone. I appreciate when someone gets my name right. I really do.
So wait, you get mad when people call you what?
Vicky or Troy. I get a lot of Troy.
Troy?
Because Tori, and they moved
Troy?
Yeah. Stop laughing.
I get more annoyed when people misspell my name in an email. I'm like, it's right there in the title of my email.
Yeah. Or it ends with an I. It's a Y. It says it right there.
You know what? Now this is going to be a little petty, but like when you go to get a coffee and someone's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Jeff." They're like, "With a G?" I'm like, "What do you think?"
Some people have G Jeffs.
Geoff. Coming up on DBL.
Toys R Us Jeff has a G.
Geoff.
Fancy Jeffs. Fancy Jeffs.
They're very fancy,
yes,
and they don't like you
I do not look like a fancy Jeff.
Not at all. Jane Lynch is putting a new spin on an old show.
Troy.
She tells me how she's making Weakest Link her own. And guys, Carol Baskin is hanging up her dancing shoes. Oh my God. What's next for the Tiger King star? And as we go to break, we want to thank our coworkers for producing the show from home. What a miracle. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Well, the claws came out for Carol Baskin on Dancing with the Stars last night. The Tiger King star danced the samba to Simba from the Circle of Life from The Lion King, but the judges were not impressed with her lack of energy, with one giving her a 3 out of 10. Today on GMA, Carol reacted to being booted from the show. Watch.
Your husband, he was not happy about it. He just flat out was not having it. So what did he text you?
Well, he texted me to say that he thought Bruno was on his list above the Tiger King producers as far as being unnecessarily cruel.
I'm totally scared of Carol Baskin. I'm not going to even lie. Was she there for the ratings? Did she deserve to go home? Lindsay, were you Baskin in the Carol Baskin? Thank you.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks.
I think that I thought they were going to leave her on the show for a long time. I mean, Tiger King was probably, if not the most popular random series that we all didn't know we needed this year. So I thought she was going to be on there close to the end. But if you can't dance that well, you can't dance that well. It is what it is. She got booted off, and what's fair is fair.
Yeah.
Now she has to worry about the other family that thinks that she killed her former husband, or whatever you describe that story as, allegedly.
Yes. And they're sending cadaver dogs out to, by the way, a lake house that she has. I've been researching and spending time on this story, and I will update you as to that. Jeff, were you surprised she went so early on a reality show? You need the villain, don't you?
I think they ran out of Tiger songs, so there was nothing left for her to do there. They used up the two big ones.
I am woman, hear me roar.
That's about right. So they're like, they took a Dancing with the Stars. Like,
Jeff was not giving you any slack today.
No, I'm not giving her any support. She started off on the wrong foot.
I started from the bottom, and now I'm still at the bottom. Is that what's happening here?
You think this is the last we'll see of Carol Baskin? Now she's off the show, and I don't know how much you...
No way.
I don't know how you find somebody when you feed them to a lion, allegedly.
Tigers, first of all.
Or a tiger.
Big cat. I think you found scent of human remains is what they're
From
saying.
30 years ago? Is that possible?
Cadaver dogs, that's what they're looking at the lake house.
From your research in cadaver
We'll
dogs?
see.
I'm researching them. Coming up on DBL, actress Jane Lynch remembers her beloved Glee star, the late Naya Rivera, the memories that will last a lifetime. Don't go away. Welcome back to DBL. My favorite, Jane Lynch, is known for slinging insults on Glee, but now she's doing it as the new host of Weakest Link. Earlier, she told me why she was nervous to take on this new gig, and she took a moment to remember her late Glee co-star, Naya Rivera. That's today's Chatting with the Stars. Welcome back, Jane Lynch, my shiro, my role model in life, to Daily Blast Live. I'm excited to talk to you about The Weakest Link. But first, we know you rocked a tracksuit really well. We do know that. So tell us, Jane, have you busted out the tracksuit for quarantine, or is it sweatpants like me and the rest of us?
I only have one tracksuit left. I've given them all away because I'm a giver. And I don't wear it anymore because they're made of polyester, so they're not fun to wear. But I've been wearing a lot of sweatpants. Yeah. I'm wearing pajama pants right now with slippers.
Thank
Ooh,
you.
look at that. Oof, it showed the bottom of my slippers. That's not good. Yeah.
Oh man, so they let you keep the tracksuit. Did they let you keep the megaphone? One of our viewers wanted to know.
I don't want a megaphone. No, I didn't even ask for it. What am I going to do with a megaphone?
It's a good call.
I got a loud voice. I don't need a megaphone.
You can project. You're absolutely right. Switching gears here, speaking of Glee, it is
Absolutely.
hard not to bring up your former co-star, Naya Rivera. I know you've been asked about her a lot, and so I want to be very sensitive here, but is there something you haven't shared about her yet, or a memory, or just a feeling you had from set that you'd like to remember her by?
Hey, are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Yeah, I know a lot of people knew she was fiery and, a really big presence and a force of nature, but she was the most loyal friend you would ever have. She was absolutely protective. If you were her friend, like my niece Megan, who was a good friend of hers, if you were her friend, you felt it and you knew it, and you knew someone always had your back. So a lot of people are hurting right now, especially our Glee family.
Yeah, you guys have had it rough. I'm glad that you are a family sticking together, because I know what that's like in theater when you have a group.
Yeah.
It helps when tragedy strikes, so I'm happy for you on that. Switching gears completely to The Weakest Link. The original show is iconic for many reasons, but the host was a big part of that.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So was Jane Lynch nervous to fill her shoes? I mean, tell me, really, for real.
It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Well, I tried not to think about that, Tori, because I always try to avoid subjects that are going to fill me with anxiety.
Totally.
So I didn't think too much about it. I knew I would find my way.
What made you think Einstein was the African-American astrophysicist?
I knew I would find my own way, so I didn't want to put, she certainly inspired how I host the show, but I'd be foolish to try to imitate her. So I kept that at bay, all those thoughts at bay. I would dismiss them immediately, and I think I ended up doing just fine.
How do you dismiss that? I'm in a lot of therapy, and I've spent a lot of money trying to figure that out. How do you dismiss the anxious thoughts so easily? Or is it a lot of practice?
I don't know that well, I guess it's a lot of practice in the beginning, because you have to break an old habit. I'm getting really deep with you right now.
Yeah, I know.
Because our self-doubt and and all those sabotaging thoughts are in there. Ooh, look what I just did with my hair. Are in there really deeply, and they're almost like on a record player. They're like deep grooves, and you have to figure a way how to get the needle out of there. And sometimes that just takes a lot of conscious work. But once you do it, it really is clear sailing.
Yeah, you look free. You look free. You're what I want to look like on my after picture. It's very, very happy. Yeah.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So you've kind of become my therapist. I really appreciate taking the time. I will pay you $150 after.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Totally appreciative. Thank you, Jane Lynch, for being my shiro, for joining us again on Daily Blast Live. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Seriously. The Weakest Link premieres on NBC
Thank you.
tonight, people. Get there. Appointment TV. We'll be right back. Thanks, Jane.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
We've all
Welcome back to DBL. The average American household spends $550 a month on groceries. So what's the best way to cut back? It all comes down to your list. We're chatting about it on today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. So building a better grocery list is key to saving money. Organize your items in the same order that you'd shop for them in the store. Second, sale items should dictate your list. For example, if chicken's on sale this week, stock up for a couple of dinners. If juice is buy one, get one, take advantage. Lastly, keep a coupon file, because you're cool with the coupon file. Every week, go online or check the Sunday ads to see what's on sale at which stores, and literally clip all the coupons you're interested in. When it comes to money, the Hartford Financial is here to help, whether it's home, life, or business insurance. The Buck's got your back. Call 1-800-684-6085 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. Good.
I need to cut back. I'm a Costco guy and I go crazy.
I think you're overcosting yourself at Costco.
I go so much, I told you the story, that I checked out. Like when you leave with the receipt, I'm like, so you have to see the guy, and I notice him every single weekend. Every week I go. So he saw me, and he's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey, what's going on, man? And I gave him my receipt, and he's like, I'm here every week. We're starting to know each other. He goes, but you're also on a show, right? He goes, that's why I said hi to you. I go, oh yeah, I'm on the show too, but good seeing you. I'll see you next week.
He thought he was just your Costco friend. So sad.
Sorry.
DBL is new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.
About today on Daily Blast Live.
Tonight's the night Trump and Biden face off in their first presidential debate. DBL Nation, who do you think will win? Caught on police body cam. Trump's ex-campaign manager wrestled to the ground and arrested. What led up to his run-in with the law? Carol Baskin just couldn't cut it. She's voted off Dancing with the Stars after a sleepy samba performance. And the game show Weakest Link is back with a new host.
It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Jane Lynch tells DBL what it was like to fill those legendary shoes.
I think I ended up doing just fine.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. All right, thank you, Jane Lynch. Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, September 29th. It's a big day. I'm Sam here with Jeff. Albert joining us from home. Hey, Al, how are you?
Hello, Sam. I'm trying not to freeze. Did we do it? Am I here?
But it doesn't.
I'm excited. We did it.
We're excited too, but Al, by you like not talking, like he did what?
He froze.
That's amazing. amazing. I'm sorry.
He's very robotic, though, in the beginning.
That's what I said. Him being robotic doesn't influence whether or not he's going to freeze or not. So that was weird.
So people in the control were probably like, I think something's wrong with Al's, but it was just Al talking.
Oh, he's back.
All right, there he is.
Al, you're back.
It happens every single time. I don't know what it is. I want us to extend that table so I can get in there with you guys. Enough of this at-home stuff.
I know. We need you, Al. Okay, so yes, you guys, tonight is the big presidential debate. Kind of feels like Super Bowl Sunday, doesn't it?
I'm excited.
I know, and I love that everybody's excited. And before we even get into it, we want to know what you guys think, DBL Nation. Who's going to win tonight's debate, Joe Biden or President Trump? Go to dblvote.com to tell us what you think. So the debate kicks off in Cleveland at 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Everybody set your televisions.
Cleveland.
Good one, Al. And a new poll is saying just 14% of voters have yet to decide who they're voting for. So the two candidates have reportedly taken different approaches to prepping for tonight. The president is not doing traditional debate prep. Instead, he is relying on his experience in office, saying he doesn't want to overdo it. Now, on the other side, Joe Biden has been practicing with his team by doing mock standoffs. So Chris Wallace from Fox News will be moderating, and interestingly enough, he will not be fact-checking either candidate. And did you know you can actually bet on tonight's debate? Some of the bets you can place include, will either candidate wear a mask on stage? Will the president say fake news or China more? And will the candidates greet each other with a fist bump, maybe an elbow bump, maybe nothing at all? What do you think about tonight's debate? You've been really excited. You talked about it yesterday.
First of all, that's a lock that they're not going to shake hands. Put your money on that one.
Okay,
That would be my first bet.
I don't think so.
Oh, of course not. Just the vibe that they have for each other and the coronavirus, I don't think they're getting near each other.
Really?
I don't know. Listen, don't bet on that. Don't listen to me. Let's get into what's going on tonight. I don't like, first of all, that Trump is not practicing and he's relying on, hey, I've been in office for 4 years. I'm going to be able to do this debate. He hasn't had a debate in a long time. You practice like you play. That's my first thing. I don't like that. And Joe Biden, unfortunately, I'm not knocking Joe here, but remember in 2016, Sam, when Hillary almost fell getting into that car or that station wagon, whatever it was? I thought that was a big moment of weakness for her that turned a lot of people off. I'm not saying that's what happened, but if Joe Biden has any of those moments tonight, I have a feeling he's going to turn a lot of people off. And we say only 14% are undecided. If you get 10% to swing, I think you won the election.
You're absolutely right, Al.
Yeah, I completely agree, Jeff. And, when it comes to our candidates, we need to continue to ask ourselves, I know we're having fun here talking about who'll wear a mask, who'll say fake news more, but I continue to ask our viewers and just the entire country, I want us to demand more of our candidates. I don't want to see mudslinging. I don't want our candidates prepping for what insults and what snappy your mom is so this comeback that it is. I want people to be talking about policy. I want to hear people talking about why there are 200,000 Americans that are dead. How are we going to get Americans back to work? What are we going to do to get finally past this COVID nightmare and start to have something that resembles life? So I just want to talk about the issues. And I'm a comic. I'm supposed to want to see roast jokes, but I just want to hear policy. What happened to me? DBL changed me.
Yeah, no, don't change, Al, because we all want to hear policy. We all want to get back to normal and a healthy life. So I think that's really important, Al. But also, I want fact-checking. On both ends, I want Joe Biden to be fact-checked, and I want President Trump to be fact-checked. So the fact that Chris Wallace isn't going to be fact-checking them, please, everybody at home, do your research, because unfortunately, in today's day and age, with our candidates, we can't take what they say verbatim. So everybody has to do their due diligence. Make sure you do your research. And I love that you've become like a political analyst.
Listen,
like out of nowhere. It's amazing.
It's not the Super Bowl, but I mean, there's nothing else to do. I'm trying to look. Seriously, what's going on here is I do read a lot. I look at a lot of podcasts, and I look at different media news outlets. That's the most important thing I tell people at home.
You're diversified.
If you're watching CNN, you got to watch Fox News. You have to see both sides and then come up with your own opinion, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
And I love that about you. Let's really quickly look at our very own DBL Nation. Whoa, it is close. 51% to 49%. You believe that Trump's going to win the debate? Wow. So speaking of diversifying opinions, maybe even some fact-checking after tonight's debate, head on over to our DBL Instagram. Tori and Lindsay will be doing a live post-debate wrap-up with their thoughts and analysis on the debate on Instagram Live. You know it's going to be a lot of fun with those two, so tune in. Okay, so we've got to talk about President Trump's former campaign manager, Brad Parscale, who's found himself in some trouble. So police just released body cam footage from an incident at his Florida home. His wife reportedly called police after she heard a gunshot. You can see her there in a bikini and towel talking to the cops. They found Parscale on the front porch, shirtless, holding a beer. He doesn't comply with an order to get on the ground, and that's when police took him down with force. Now, Parscale was involuntarily committed at a Florida hospital. The Trump campaign released a statement saying in part that Parscale is, quote, a member of our family and we all love him. What type of toll does a campaign take on people? What do you make of this whole interaction, Al?
Well, Sam, I always like to pull back from the campaign or any kind of celebrity issue and talk about how it affects everybody. Last week, I said on the show, please remember, everybody, that life is long. And the chances that somebody that you know or yourself is going to have a mental health issue or episode is almost 100%. And you look at this person who seemed like he had it all. He had the ear to the most powerful man in the world, and a couple months later, he's shirtless on the porch being tackled by police. There's two things to look at here, Sam. One, the idea that work stress does pour over into your personal life and can affect everything. And two, this is why we need people other than the police to be handling situations like this. Luckily, no one was killed in this situation, but a social worker is trained. That's their only job, is to learn how to diffuse situations like this. And that's what people are talking about when they're saying defund the police. They're saying fund the people that are trained for these situations so we don't have another tragedy.
Amen. Jeff?
I kind of agree with Al. Is going to take the mental health route on this one, Sam, because that's not a normal situation of what's going on. I'm glad, Al, you did not jump on like, this is a Trump former worker, and people automatically assume something when I just told you do your due diligence and learn about the case. I think we're dealing with someone with a mental health problem here, and I think that's what we need to focus on. So, Al, thanks for looking at it that way, too.
Yeah, well said. I agree with the both of you. So we do want to give a big DBL shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. You guys, they won the Stanley Cup last night, becoming the first team to win a championship since the pandemic began. And there's one more sports story that we have to mention. At last night's Monday Night Football game, the ESPN announcer found himself in hot water after he repeatedly referred to the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes as Pat. Patrick's mother tweeted about it, saying, if this announcer doesn't stop calling my son Pat, I may scream, LOL, hashtag help. What if they're buddies? Do you think he doesn't want to be called Pat? What's going on here? I don't think it's a big deal. Is it a big deal?
I don't know. If Mama says it's a big deal, it's a big deal.
Oh, the announcer apologized, I was just told.
Yeah,
what if they're buddies?
Yeah, I think it's all in good fun. I don't think the mom really was being mean or anything. She was joking around. But hey, do people, what if someone's like, hey, Sammy, is there anything that
I don't mind. Or Sammers. Do you hate it when I call Sammer the Hammer Slammer? That's what I was called. Because I used to be able to dunk on small basketball hoops, like the kid basketball hoops. So they called me Sammer the Hammer Slammer.
Did you hear this one? Sammer the Hammer Slammer?
Yeah. Al, do you have any nicknames that you don't
first of all, no, I mean, you know, it's interesting. If somebody calls me Albert, I know that you know me from the old school. My aunt, probably Aunt Valerie, watching back home in Cleveland, she calls me Albert. My mom calls me Albert. I don't know if I told you guys one time, I was in my mom's phone one time. She had me in there as Al Jackson, like I was her realtor or something. But you know, I do like the idea, because I was watching the Monday Night Football game, and it was all in fun, but some people don't like certain versions of their name. Jeff, do you have any issues with Jeffrey? I've never called you Jeffrey in your life.
No, I don't mind Jeffrey at all.
Yes, you do.
You know, I don't mind it.
He does?
You think I don't like that?
Because I've called him Jeffrey. Has he told you privately that he doesn't like it when I call him Jeffrey, Al?
No, he doesn't mind, but I know that our own Tori Shulman does not like to be called Victoria for some reason.
I call her a lot of other names that you probably won't like either.
Oh, all right. Al, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Jane Lynch is putting a new spin on an old show. She tells Tori, Victoria, how she's making Weakest Link her own. Plus, the COVID pandemic is still raging, the sober milestone the world just reached. Plus, the two NFL teams dealing with the illness. And as we go to break, we thank our coworkers producing the show from home. You guys are doing such a great job. We miss you. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. The coronavirus has taken a big toll around the world. Now, more than 1 million people worldwide have died from COVID-19. 20% of that number is in the U.S. alone. Meantime, the coronavirus has hit the NFL. The Tennessee Titans have closed their facilities until this Sunday after 3 players and 5 members of the staff have tested positive. The team they play on Sunday, the Minnesota Vikings, said they're also shutting down in-person work just to be cautious. No one on that team has yet to test positive. Very scary. I mean, Al, do you think that the task force has members with diverse opinions? How are they making these decisions, and how do you see this moving forward with the season?
I don't know, Sam. I think you're asking that question maybe 7 months too late. Sam,
nice.
You're
Thanks,
talking about
Al.
decisions. We made a decision. We made a decision as a country. It's like, you know, not doing anything is also a choice. And we had a chance early in February and early in March, late February, early March, to really lock down, have an unpleasant month, and we could have gotten these numbers under control. We chose not to do that. We questioned Dr. Fauci. We went with different people's takes, different websites. And, you know, whatever response you have to me for what I just said, it's what happened. Some states locked down, some didn't. Some states allowed partying, some didn't. Some states allowed bars to be open, some didn't. Some let churches be open, some didn't. And here we are asking questions, and we're surprised at the result. We made a choice. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I see. I totally hear what you're saying, Al. But to counter that, I don't think we knew what it was because we didn't, right? The United States acted one way, each state acted a different way. And you're right. I don't think we handled it the way we should have looking back on the whole situation. But I'm glad the NFL is erring on the side of caution here. I don't know how that's going to play out for both of these teams if they do make it to the postseason. But I'm glad they're being cautious. If you watch Hard Knocks on HBO, I know I love football, so I watch it. They show how cautious they actually are. They go in their training camp. They show how many tests the players have to go through a day. And these players aren't out there partying, at least I hope they're not, because their careers are on the line. They don't want to get coronavirus either, so they're trying to abide by all those rules Al just mentioned earlier that we didn't do back in February or March. They're trying to counter that with doing their own little rules and trying to stay in their bubble now. So I applaud the NFL for erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, and I just hope. Yes,
and
go
Jeff,
ahead.
really quickly, don't forget. I was just going to say, Jeff's talking about how the stringent policies that the NFL teams had during the actual playoffs. The Houston Rockets sent a player home from the playoffs, a player that was necessary for them to win, and they sent him home because he had somebody that was unauthorized in his room, and we'll leave it at that.
Yep.
What do you mean?
We will leave it at that. Good one, Jeff. Al, don't go away. Coming up on DBL, actress Jane Lynch remembers her beloved Glee co-star, the late Naya Rivera, the memories that'll last a lifetime. And later, Naya's younger sister moves in with Naya's ex. Many of you have an opinion on that. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Jane Lynch is known for slinging insults on Glee, but now she's doing it as the new host of Weakest Link. Earlier, she told Tori why she was nervous to take on this new gig, and she took a moment to remember her late Glee co-star Naya Rivera. That's today's Chatting with the Stars.
Welcome back, Jane Lynch, my shiro, my role model in life, to Daily Blast Live. I'm excited to talk to you about The Weakest Link. But first, we know you rocked a tracksuit really well. We do know that. So tell us, Jane, have you busted out the tracksuit for quarantine, or is it sweatpants like me and the rest of us?
I only have one tracksuit left. I've given them all away because I'm a giver. And I don't wear it anymore because they're made of polyester, so they're not fun to wear. But I've been wearing a lot of sweatpants. Yeah. I'm wearing pajama pants right now with slippers. Ooh, look at that. Oof, it showed the bottom of my slippers. That's not good. Yeah.
Oh man, so they let you keep the tracksuit. Did they let you keep the megaphone? One of our viewers wanted to know.
I don't want a megaphone. No, I didn't even ask for it. What am I going to do with a megaphone?
It's a good call.
I got a loud voice. I don't need a megaphone.
You can project. You're absolutely right. Switching gears here, speaking of Glee, it is hard not to bring up your former co-star, Naya Rivera. I know you've been asked about her a lot, and so I want to be very sensitive here. But is there something you haven't shared about her yet, or a memory, or just a feeling you had from set that you'd like to remember her by?
Hey, are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Yeah, I know a lot of people knew she was fiery and a really big presence and a force of nature, but she was the most loyal friend you would ever have. She was absolutely protective. If you were her friend, like my niece Megan, who was a good friend of hers, if you were her friend, you felt it and you knew it, and you knew someone always had your back. So a lot of people are hurting right now, especially our Glee family.
Yeah, you guys have had it rough. I'm glad that you are a family sticking together, because I know what that's like in theater when you have a group. Yeah. It helps when tragedy strikes, so I'm happy for you on that. Switching gears completely to The Weakest Link. The original show is iconic for many reasons, but the host was a big part of that.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So was Jane Lynch nervous to fill her shoes? I mean, tell me, really, for real.
It's time to vote off The Weakest Link.
Well, I tried not to think about that, Tori, because I always try to avoid subjects that are going to fill me with anxiety.
Totally.
So I didn't think too much about it. I knew I would find my way.
What made you think Einstein was the African-American astrophysicist?
I knew I would find my own way, so I didn't want to put, she certainly inspired how I host the show, but I'd be foolish to try to imitate her. So I kept that at bay, all those thoughts at bay. I would dismiss them immediately, and I think I ended up doing just fine.
How do you dismiss that? I'm in a lot of therapy, and I've spent a lot of money trying to figure that out. How do you dismiss the anxious thoughts so easily? Or is it a lot of practice?
I don't know that I guess it's a lot of practice in the beginning, because you have to break an old habit. I'm getting really deep with you right now.
Yeah, I know.
Because our self-doubt and and all those sabotaging thoughts are in there. Ooh, look what I just did with my hair. Are in there really deeply, and they're almost like on a record player. They're like deep grooves, and you have to figure a way how to get the needle out of there. And sometimes that just takes a lot of conscious work. But once you do it, it really is clear sailing.
Yeah, you look free. You look free. You're what I want to look like on my after picture. It's very, very happy. Yeah.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So you've kind of become my therapist. I really appreciate taking the time. I will pay you $150 after.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Totally appreciative. Thank you, Jane Lynch, for being my shiro, for joining us again on Daily Blast Live. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Seriously. The Weakest Link premieres on NBC tonight, people. Get there. Appointment TV. We'll be right back. Thanks, Jane.
Promotional
Welcome back to DBL. Time for some comments. You guys are have a lot to say about the debate tonight. Don, there will be no winner, just a boxing match, taking cheap shots at each other. Teresa, Biden will not take cheap shots. He is not at all like the bully. Lisa, get the popcorn ready. Donna, Biden, Richard, Trump will win tonight and on November 3rd. And Donna, need real-time fact-checking. I'm with Donna. Why is there not real-time fact-checking?
I don't know. Maybe it's too much time to see if that's true, because sometimes there's semantics involved and they're like, it's technically true, but not really. I don't know.
Yeah, needs to be done. If you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. Carol Baskin is hanging up her dancing shoes. So what's next for the Tiger King star? And why has Naya Rivera's sister moved in with Naya's ex? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I am Sam here with Jeff. Al joining us from home. Al, you there? No freezing?
I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm no freezing. It's only when we first start. I don't know what it is.
I know, it's bizarre. Okay, so, well, the claws came out for Carol Baskin on Dancing with the Stars last night. The Tiger King star danced the samba to the circle. Oh my God, look at it. Wow. Okay, to the Circle of Life from The Lion King. But the judges were not impressed by her lack of energy, maybe her costume too, with one giving her a 3 out of 10. So today on GMA, Carol reacted to being booted from the show. Watch.
Your husband, he was not happy about it. He just flat out was not having it. So what did he text you?
Well, he texted me to say that he thought Bruno was on his list above the Tiger King producers as far as being unnecessarily cruel.
I can't get over the costumes. I'm dying right now. Al, what? Was she just there for ratings? Clearly. Did she deserve to go home in your book?
Are you really asking me that question, Sam?
Yes, I am.
When you get it,
I
when
don't
you
know
get
your
a 3, it's
opinion on
time to
Carol
go.
Baskin.
You know, I am surprised that she has remained in the public eye. I believe yesterday we interviewed a private detective that's looking into the disappearance of her husband. I would just think that you would want to maintain a low profile. She's a national celebrity at this point. So I think, you know, once you do Dancing with the Stars, get that check and I would lay low for a little while.
I hear you. You know who I really want to do Dancing with the Stars? Jeff Schroeder. So bad. I don't want to lose you to DBL for a month.
I would do it in a second, but I think you have to be. I say you have to be a star to do that.
You are a star. What would be your signature? Like, what would you come out for your signature dance?
First of all, I don't know. You just asked me the question 2 seconds ago. Now you want to lay out a game plan?
Think about it. Think about it. Like, would it be Grease?
Oh, that would be great. But I think I have to be known for something. I can't just go on Dancing with. You have to be like a star.
You're known.
What am I gonna do? Go out there and do the news reporter dance? Like?
No, I feel like you look like John Travolta. You could be John Travolta from Grease. People know you from Big Brother and from Daily Blast Live. Just do your Sandy. Do it.
Sandy. That's it. But then I get voted off.
Yeah, no, people would love that.
I would do it. You wouldn't do it?
For sure, but I'm the worst dancer on the planet.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't go far, but I would do it.
You've got some moves. I'm horrible. Al, do you got moves?
I do, but I haven't, since I've gotten sober, I've never danced, so I don't know. I'd have to go out dancing sober a couple times to see.
Got it.
Has anybody ever danced without having a drink first?
Yeah, I do dance parties every morning with my daughter. In fact, remember I told you we're doing it to Who Let the Dogs Out this morning.
I'm trying to forget that. I'm paying a psychologist to help me forget that.
Okay, thanks. All right, so this next story, a lot of you have an opinion on it. I don't know how I feel about it. Just Naya Rivera's sister is defending her decision to move in with Naya's ex, Ryan Dorsey. Nikayla Rivera says she and Ryan are living together for the sake of Naya's 5-year-old son, Josie, who she's helping raise after some people on social, a lot of people actually on social, speculating there is something romantic going on between the two. Nikayla posted on Instagram that she's not concerned with how things look. She added, compassion and not judgment, or judging others rather, are what matter most. Naya drowned in July in a California lake. This story makes me so uncomfortable. How do you feel about her sister having to defend her decision, Jeff?
Well, you know what, Sam? I kind of see it with different eyes, maybe. They went through a tragedy, right? One person lost their boyfriend, one person lost their sister, and I think you kind of relate to that person in some sort of way. I don't know the psychology behind that, but I think this is more common than people think. When there's a big tragedy and you both have love for that person that's no longer here, I think you kind of find love or comfort with one another. And she didn't seem like she's denying it in any aspect in just that little tweet that we saw or Instagram post. So I don't know if this is such a bad thing for that little girl. Her mother's gone.
Yeah.
You can't get her back. And the more people that love you at this point, I think the better. So I kind of see it with a different aspect.
I'm so happy you do see it that way. I just don't like talking about it, period. I'm so happy that you see it in a way that even if the trolls, and I'm going to say trolls on social media are accurate, that they did fall in love, if that's even what's happening, who are we to judge that, right? They claim they are raising Naya Rivera's son, which is incredible. So I'm uncomfortable because these are two people that are probably, Al, in the worst moments of their lives, losing their loved one, their sister, the mother to their child, and then you have the trolls on social media saying, "How dare you go after, her love," or whatever you want to say. Like, I read some of the comments, and it's just it saddens me. It disappoints me.
Yeah, well, you know what, Sam? You know what's not going to help raise that little boy? Trolls and comments. What will is stability. A building just fell on this boy's life, and these two adults have taken it upon themselves to try and rebuild and give some structure to this young man who is, I'm sure, confused, I am sure sad, I am sure scared, and to wake up every day and to see two faces that he recognizes, two faces that love him, some sort of stability in the house, I think is a monumental thing, and I'm all for this.
Yeah, and to Jeff's point, if they do fall in love, awesome.
You could explain it later, but right now, the little boy needs love.
There you go. So Mariah Carey is alluding to a long-running feud with another diva in her new memoir. Her book, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, hit shelves today. Mariah seems to throw shade yet again at Jennifer Lopez by not even mentioning her name again. Instead, Mimi calls J-Lo another female entertainer whom I don't know. So this refers to a 2003 interview where Mariah claims she did not know Jennifer, even though Jennifer has said that they've met many, many times. Mariah also confessed that she lives Christmas to Christmas and celebration to celebration and calculates her life through albums, accomplishments, and holidays. What do you think about Mariah's take on time and just her new memoir?
I don't know about the whole time thing. The Christmas to Christmas, I'm going to give it to Mariah Carey. It's not Christmas till I hear All I Want for Christmas is You.
It's her song is so good.
Oh, I mean, it puts you in the spirit. Like you're walking through the mall, you hear that, you're like, it's Christmas time.
Yes.
But as far as not knowing who Jennifer Lopez is, there's a little bit of jealousy going on here. I'm going to just put it out, the facts right now. In 1997, Selena came out. She didn't know that Jennifer Lopez crushed that part of Selena in 1997, and 5 years later she's saying, I still don't know who she is? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, we all know that there's some sort of weird, whether you want to call it jealousy, Al, but yeah, especially because Jennifer Lopez has gone on record saying, we've met many, many times.
Yeah, Sam, I'm going to invent a new saying. Where there's smoke, there's hating. And that's what's happening right now.
That doesn't make sense, Al.
She does not like the fact that, let's be honest, Sam, J-Lo is way hotter than Mariah Carey right now. We see cutaways of J-Lo with Alex Rodriguez at sporting events. They were in the process, I believe, to buy the New York Mets. I may be wrong about that. She, up until the coronavirus, was still touring quite regularly and puts on a heck of a show from what I understand. J-Lo is that woman right now. And I think Mariah just feels like she's shopping in her neighborhood. Did I mess that saying up?
There's a couple in there that...
Yeah, they were trying to buy the Mets, I'm being told. But yeah, I don't know about when there's smoke, there's hate, and you need to work on that one. Go back to the drawing board, buddy.
I'm starting it today.
When Al goes, I don't know, but I've heard she puts on a good show. What is
Oh, gosh.
He sounded
a
like...
lot of hearsay. Jeez. All right. So
do you know how crazy I would look walking into a J-Lo show by myself?
Why not?
Al, why not?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Of a show.
Yeah, I heard that too. Okay, so switching gears, one man is racking up view after view after view and a lot of cash from his YouTube videos. I just learned about this guy, by the way, where he's intentionally stung by the most dangerous insects in the world. So a warning to our viewers, do not try this at home, okay? Have a look.
1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh, it got away. Ah! Ooh! Really not that bad. Really not that bad at all.
That's amazing. That's Coyote Peterson. His Brave Wilderness channel has more than 3 billion views on YouTube, and he reportedly makes about $300,000 a month from online ads. I just learned about him from my nieces and nephews. So that, what you were seeing right there, that was a cicada killer. You want to know what else he was stung by? Just the names of these insects. Are you ready? They sound made up. The bullet ant, the giant hornet, and the executioner wasp. He's been stung voluntarily by all of them, and then he'll be like, yo, go get me the antivenom now. Like, it's crazy.
That is crazy, but you know what? I want to watch more.
I know.
I don't know why I love to see videos like this, Jackass, people falling downstairs.
I know, I laugh every time.
As long as they're okay, I think it's hilarious. So he's on to something. It just goes to my point. This guy got famous on his own, but if you make a reality show about anything, come up with the craziest concept, there's going to be people out there in line to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Albert?
Yeah, you guys are a lot nicer than I am. I think this is ridiculous. Unless he's trying to figure out how to become a superhero, I think he needs to stop it. People are going to do this. People are going to do this. I think it's a bad idea. I don't want to see this man get hurt, but $300,000 a month, I don't know. I'd start little. I'll let I don't know, maybe like a red ant bite me.
No.
How much you get for that?
Nothing, probably. A red ant. You need to up your ante.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
that could be the name of the show.
Sam.
Get that? Up your ante with Al Jackson, and he just gets stung by ants all day.
And the tagline could be, it sounds like a heck of a show.
That's good. Okay, so how often do you guys wash your sheets and pillows? A woman found out that her boyfriend hadn't washed his pillows in, oh my God, 10 years? What? Check out how brown, I can't with this. I literally am getting nauseous. Check out how brown they are. She gave them a wash and a bath of borax, bleach, and dishwasher tablets, then put them in the washing machine. It seemed to do the trick as they look pretty white now. According to some experts, you should wash your pillows twice a year.
It was borax bleach a typo?
Wait a second. The pillow or the pillowcase?
I'm saying they're saying the whole pillow.
I've never washed my pillow.
Good, because I thought you were going to make fun of me. I've never washed a pillow in my life.
I wash my. Okay, they do say pillows. I wash my couch pillows all the time. I've never washed
the pillows.
My pillows.
Or the
both.
Outside.
I literally wash my couch. But as far as my own pillow, I always have a clean pillowcase, but I've never washed my pillow. Have you, Al? Jeff hasn't. I haven't.
I have never washed my actual pillow. I have that pillow that stays cool all the time, so I don't know what technology is in there, but I don't want the washing machine to ruin it. But as for your sheets and your pillowcase, knock that out every week. Just do it on Sunday when you're watching the games or watching movies. It's just start the week fresh with some fresh sheets. You don't want, like, listen, you sweat at night. Don't funk your sheets up.
You do sweat at night.
That's my campaign promise.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. How often do you wash your sheets and pillowcases?
My wife takes care of some of that stuff. Once a week.
Yeah, once a week. Me too.
But I've never watched a pillowcase. I never watched a pillow.
Me neither.
Never watched a pillow.
I think we should.
I get my pillows from Target and they're $4. I like the real thin ones.
What's the point then?
I just like it.
A flat pillow.
What's borax bleach?
I don't know.
Isn't it Clorox? Is that generic version?
Probably. Al, don't go away. Coming up on DBL, with so much uncertainty about the upcoming election, we're clearing things up with a voting expert to make sure your voice is heard. And later, do not try this at home. Learn from one man's mistake when he thought he was swimming with a harmless shark, you guys.
On DBL, a chilling family tragedy when two daughters are killed. Did their own dad do it because they fell in love with the wrong guys? That's tomorrow in True Crime Chronicles, only on DBL.
Welcome back to DBL. We are just 35 days away until the election. Can you believe it? And if you still have questions about voting, don't worry, you're not alone. That's why our Tori Shulman talked to Shanae Cosme. She's the executive editor of Mike, where she focuses on educating people on important topics. She's giving advice to make sure your vote matters in today's DBL Spotlight.
Welcome, Shanae Cosme, to Daily Blast Live. You not only write about elections and voting, but you've seen it up close because you were at the Trump headquarters covering his win in 2016. Now it's 2020. What is the most important thing voters should know this year?
I think that voters just really need to understand that this isn't about politics right now. It's about people. So, all the things that we're facing right now, climate change, racial injustice, abortion access. These are the things that are on the line. So we need to be really thinking about that. This is the reason we have to get out to the polls. It's not an option right now.
For many people watching, this might be their very first time voting by mail. That's new for a lot of people, right? Is there anything they should know about, like stamps? Should they use a first class stamp? How early should they send in their ballot?
I do think that there is just, a lot more misinformation out there that people need to be aware of. And one of those things was this whole, you need to put a first-class stamp on your envelope or it won't be received or your ballot. And that's just actually simply not the case. In fact, even if you put 0 postage on your ballot, the post office will process it.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's comforting.
Yeah, that actually makes me feel much, much better.
So, obviously, if you have health reasons, you should absolutely mail in your ballot. But if you can vote in person, I absolutely would urge you to do that. Obviously, if you would take every precaution that you would if you were going to the grocery store. So you'd put your mask on and you'd put your gloves on and you'd use the heck out of your hand sanitizer. But, if you can do that, I'd absolutely urge you to do that.
Kanye West, I have to get your opinion. Will his candidacy have a real impact on this election? I think it's racist to assume black people will just vote for him because he's black. What do you think?
Thankfully, I don't think that Kanye will have a major impact on the election. But I think the better question is, did he aim to? And the answer is yes, he did. He aimed to undermine the election because he wanted to help Trump and he wanted to edge out votes from Biden. In fact, Mike has a big investigative report right now about his campaign in Missouri trying to deceive voters to get them to sign him onto the ballot.
Wow. I just want to say I feel so much better equipped heading into Election Day. I'm sure our viewers do too. You are someone who speaks easily. You don't make me feel stupid. Thank you very much for helping us out. And please, everyone, check out Mike.com. It's an excellent site, really. I have it all over my feeds for more election coverage. Thanks again. We'll be right back. Hi.
Welcome back to DBL. The average American household spends $550 a month on groceries. So what's the best way to cut back? It all comes down to your list. We're chatting about it on today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. So building a better grocery list is key to saving money. Organize your items in the same order you'd shop for them in the store. Second, sale items should dictate your list. For example, chicken's on sale this week, stock up for a couple of dinners. If juices, buy one, get one, take advantage. Lastly, keep a coupon file every week. Go online or check the Sunday ads to see what's on sale at which stores. Clip them. Yep, if you're interested. When it comes to your money, the Hartford Financial is here to help, whether it's home, life, or business insurance. The Buck's got your back. Call 1-800-684-6085 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. You a coupon clipper?
No, but I wish I was. Remember that coupon show? Where they had to see who would save the most money?
No.
It was a good one.
Oh, sounds like it. You heard it was a good show. Oh, wait, but you saw it.
You know what? It was a heck of a show.
Coming up on DBL, it's the video we can't get enough of. Watch what happens when a man takes a dip with a shark. Don't go away.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, we've got a viral video for you, and I want to caution everyone at home. This is a bad idea. You cannot try this. A man jumps into the ocean to swim with what he thought was a harmless basking shark, only to discover it's probably a great white. Watch.
That was a bad idea! Get on the boat! Ryder! Oh, I touched it! Get on the boat! Dude, that's not a basking shark, dude.
Oh wow. My. Now, let me show you a side-by-side because they actually look very similar, basking sharks.
Which one's which?
And great whites. Well, I believe the basking's on the bottom.
Yeah.
The basking shark is on the bottom. They like to eat plankton. Great white, not so much. But you know how great white sharks can be polite. You know that, Al.
Polite, saying the worst time to discover that it's a great white shark is when you're in the water with it. The only safe shark is a shark that's in the ocean while you're in your living room.
What?
Al's got some good bumper stickers today.
Don't get in the water with sharks. I didn't know that this is something we had to tell adults.
What did you make of this?
I don't know. I wouldn't even jump in if I thought it was the other shark.
The basking shark is very, very sweet. The basking shark only eats plankton, so if it was a basking shark, you could definitely pet it, give it a hug. It's not a big deal. And great white sharks aren't that scary either. You just don't want to catch them in a feeding frenzy. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
We're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Tonight's the night Trump and Biden face off in their first presidential debate. DBL Nation, who do you think will win? Caught on police body cam. Trump's ex-campaign manager wrestled to the ground and arrested. What led up to his run-in with the law? Carol Baskin just couldn't cut it. She's voted off Dancing with the Stars after a sleepy samba performance. And the game show Weakest Link is back with a new host.
It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Jane Lynch tells DBL what it was like to fill those legendary shoes.
I think I ended up doing just fine.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. All right, thank you, Jane Lynch. Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, September 29th. It's a big day. I'm Sam here with Jeff. Albert joining us from home. Hey, Al, how are you?
Hello, Sam. I'm trying not to freeze. Did we do it? Am I here?
But it doesn't.
I'm excited. We did it.
We're excited too, but Al, by you like not talking, like he did what?
He froze.
That's amazing. I'm sorry.
He's very robotic, though, in the beginning.
That's what I said. Him being robotic doesn't influence whether or not he's going to freeze or not. So that was weird.
So people in the control room probably like, I think something's wrong with Al's, but it was just Al talking.
Oh, he's back.
All right, there he is.
Al, you're back.
It happens every single time. I don't know what it is. I want us to extend that table so I can get in there with you guys. Enough of this at-home stuff.
I know. We need you, Al. Okay, so yes, you guys, tonight is the big presidential debate. Kind of feels like Super Bowl Sunday, doesn't it?
I'm excited.
I know, and I love that everybody's excited. And before we even get into it, we want to know what you guys think, DBL Nation. Who's going to win tonight's debate, Joe Biden or President Trump? Go to dblvote.com to tell us what you think. So the debate kicks off in Cleveland at 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Everybody set your televisions.
Cleveland.
Good one, Al. And a new poll is saying just 14% of voters have yet to decide who they're voting for. So the two candidates have reportedly taken different approaches to prepping for tonight. The president is not doing traditional debate prep. Instead, he is relying on his experience in office, saying he doesn't want to overdo it. Now, on the other side, Joe Biden has been practicing with his team by doing mock standoffs. So Chris Wallace from Fox News will be moderating, and interestingly enough, he will not be fact-checking either candidate. And did you know you can actually bet on tonight's debate? Some of the bets you can place include, will either candidate wear a mask on stage? Will the president say fake news or China more? And will the candidates greet each other with a fist bump, maybe an elbow bump, maybe nothing at all? What do you think about tonight's debate? You've been really excited. You talked about it yesterday.
First of all, that's a lock that they're not going to shake hands. Put your money on that one.
Okay,
That would be my first bet.
I don't think so.
Oh, of course not. Just the vibe that they have for each other and the coronavirus, I don't think they're getting near each other.
Really?
I don't know. Listen, don't bet on that. Don't listen to me. Let's get into what's going on tonight. I don't like, first of all, that Trump is not practicing and he's relying on, hey, I've been in office for 4 years. I'm going to be able to do this debate. He hasn't had a debate in a long time. You practice like you play. That's my first thing. I don't like that. And Joe Biden, unfortunately, I'm not knocking Joe here, but remember in 2016, Sam, when Hillary almost fell getting into that car or that station wagon, whatever it was? I thought that was a big moment of weakness for her that turned a lot of people off. I'm not saying that's what happened, but if Joe Biden has any of those moments tonight, I have a feeling he's going to turn a lot of people off. And we say only 14% are undecided. If you get 10% to swing, I think you won the election.
You're absolutely right, Al.
Yeah, I completely agree, Jeff. And, when it comes to our candidates, we need to continue to ask ourselves, I know we're having fun here talking about who'll wear a mask, who'll say fake news more, but I continue to ask our viewers and just the entire country, I want us to demand more of our candidates. I don't want to see mudslinging. I don't want our candidates prepping for what insults and what snappy your mom is so this comeback that it is. I want people to be talking about policy. I want to hear people talking about why there are 200,000 Americans that are dead. How are we going to get Americans back to work? What are we going to do to get finally past this COVID nightmare and start to have something that resembles life? So I just want to talk about the issues. And I'm a comic. I'm supposed to want to see roast jokes, but I just want to hear policy. What happened to me? DBL changed me.
Yeah, no, don't change, Al, because we all want to hear policy. We all want to get back to normal and a healthy life. So I think that's really important, Al. But also, I want fact-checking. On both ends, I want Joe Biden to be fact-checked, and I want President Trump to be fact-checked. So the fact that Chris Wallace isn't going to be fact-checking them, please, everybody at home, do your research. Because unfortunately, in today's day and age, with our candidates, we can't take what they say verbatim. So everybody has to do their due diligence. Make sure you do your research. And I love that you've become like a political analyst.
Listen,
like out of nowhere. It's amazing.
It's not the Super Bowl, but I mean, there's nothing else to do. I'm trying to look. Seriously, what's going on here is I do read a lot. I look at a lot of podcasts, and I look at different media news outlets. That's the most important thing I tell people at home.
You're diversified.
If you're watching CNN, you got to watch Fox News. You have to see both sides sides and then come up with your own opinion. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
And I love that about you. Let's really quickly look at our very own DBL Nation. Whoa, it is close. 51% to 49%. You believe that Trump's going to win the debate? Wow. So speaking of diversifying opinions, maybe even some fact checking after tonight's debate, head on over to our DBL Instagram. Tori and Lindsay will be doing a live post-debate wrap-up with their thoughts and analysis on the debate on Instagram Live. You know it's going to be a lot of fun with those two, so tune in. Okay, so we've got to talk about President Trump's former campaign manager, Brad Parscale, who's found himself in some trouble. So police just released body cam footage from an incident at his Florida home. His wife reportedly called police after she heard a gunshot. You can see her there in a bikini and towel talking to the cops. They found Parscale on the front porch, shirtless, holding a beer. He doesn't comply with an order to get on the ground, and that's when police took him down with force. Now, Parscale was involuntarily committed at a Florida hospital. The Trump campaign released a statement saying in part that Parscale is, quote, a member of our family and we all love him. What type of toll does the campaign take on people? What do you make of this whole interaction, Al?
Well, Sam, I always like to pull back from the campaign or any kind of celebrity issue and talk about how it affects everybody. Last week, I said on the show, please remember, everybody, that life is long. And the chances that somebody that you know or yourself is going to have a mental health issue or episode is almost 100%. And you look at this person who seemed like he had it all. He had the ear to the most powerful man in the world, and a couple months later, he's shirtless on the porch being tackled by police. There's two things to look at here, Sam. One, the idea that work stress does pour over into your personal life and can affect everything. And two, this is why we need people other than the police to be handling situations like this. Luckily, no one was killed in this situation, but a social worker is trained. That's their only job, is to learn how to diffuse situations like this. And that's what people are talking about when they're saying defund the police. They're saying fund the people that are trained for these situations so we don't have another tragedy.
Amen. Jeff?
I kind of agree with Al. Is going to take the mental health route on this one, Sam, because that's not a normal situation of what's going on. I'm glad, Al, you did not jump on like, this is a Trump former worker, and people automatically assume something when I just told you do your due diligence and learn about the case. I think we're dealing with someone with a mental health problem here, and I think that's what we need to focus on. So, Al, thanks for looking at it that way, too.
Yeah, well said. I agree with the both of you. So we do want to give a big DBL shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. You guys, they won the Stanley Cup last night, becoming the first team to win a championship since the pandemic began. And there's one more sports story that we have to mention. At last night's Monday Night Football game, the ESPN announcer found himself in hot water after he repeatedly referred to the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes as Pat. Patrick's mother tweeted about it, saying, if this announcer doesn't stop calling my son Pat, I may scream, LOL, hashtag help. What if they're buddies? Do you think he doesn't want to be called Pat? What's going on here? I don't think it's a big deal. Is it a big deal?
I don't know. If Mama says it's a big deal, it's a big deal.
Oh, the announcer apologized, I was just told.
Yeah,
but what if they're buddies?
Yeah, I think it's all in good fun. I don't think the mom really was being mean or anything. She was joking around. But hey, what if someone's like, hey, Sammy? Is there anything that
I don't mind. Or
riles you up?
Sammers. Do you hate it when I call Sammer the Hammer Slammer? That's what I was called. Because I used to be able to dunk on small basketball hoops, like the kid basketball hoops. So they called me Sammer the Hammer Slammer.
Did you hear this one? Sammer the Hammer Slammer?
Yeah. Al, do you have any nicknames that you don't
first of all, no, I mean, you know, it's interesting. If somebody calls me Albert, I know that you know me from the old school. My aunt, I don't know if I told you guys one time, I was in my mom's phone one time. She had me in there as Al Jackson, like I was her realtor or something. But, you know, I do like the idea, because I was watching the Monday Night Football game, and it was all in fun, but some people don't like certain versions of their name. Jeff, do you have any issues with Jeffrey? I've never called you Jeffrey in your life.
No, I don't mind Jeffrey at all.
Yes, you do.
You know, I don't mind it.
He does?
You think I don't like that?
Because I've called him Jeffrey. Has he told you privately that he doesn't like it when I call him Jeffrey, Al?
No, he doesn't mind, but I know that our own Tori Shulman does not like to be called Victoria for some reason.
I call her a lot of other names that you probably won't like either.
Oh, right. Al, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Jane Lynch is putting a new spin on an old show. She tells Tori, Victoria, how she's making Weakest Link her own. Plus, the COVID pandemic is still raging, the sober milestone the world just reached. Plus, the two NFL teams dealing with the illness. And as we go to break, we thank our coworkers producing the show from home. You guys are doing such a great job. We miss you. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. The coronavirus has taken a big toll around the world. Now, more than 1 million people worldwide have died from COVID-19. 20% of that number is in the U.S. alone. Meantime, the coronavirus has hit the NFL. The Tennessee Titans have closed their facilities until this Sunday after 3 players and 5 members of the staff have tested positive. The team they play on Sunday, the Minnesota Vikings, said they're also shutting down in-person work just to be cautious. No one on that team has yet to test positive. Very scary. I mean, Al, do you think that the task force has members with diverse opinions? How are they making these decisions, and how do you see this moving forward with the season?
I don't know, Sam. I think you're asking that question maybe 7 months too late. Sam,
nice.
You're
Thanks,
talking about
Al.
decisions. We made a decision. We made a decision as a country. It's like, you know, not doing anything is also a choice. And we had a chance early in February and early in March, late February, early March, to really lock down, have an unpleasant month, and we could have gotten these numbers under control. We chose not to do that. We questioned Dr. Fauci. We went with different people's takes, different websites. And, you know, whatever response you have to me for what I just said, it's what happened. Some states locked down, some didn't. Some states allowed partying, some didn't. Some states allowed bars to be open, some didn't. Some let churches be open, some didn't. And here we are asking questions, and we're surprised at the result. We made a choice. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I see. I totally hear what you're saying, Al. But to counter that, I don't think we knew what it was because we didn't, right? The United States acted one way, each state acted a different way, and you're right. I don't think we handled it the way we should have, looking back on the whole situation. But I'm glad the NFL is erring on the side of caution here. I don't know how that's going to play out for both of these teams if they do make it to the postseason, but I'm glad they're being cautious. If you watch Hard Knocks on HBO, I know I love football, so I watch it. They show how cautious they actually are. They go in their training camp. They show how many tests the players have to go through a day. And these players aren't out there partying, at least I hope they're not, because their careers are on the line. They don't want to get coronavirus either, so they're trying to abide by all those rules Al just mentioned earlier that we didn't do back in February or March. They're trying to counter that with doing their own little rules and trying to stay in their bubble now. So I applaud the NFL for erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, and I just hope. Yes,
and Jeff, really quickly, don't forget. I was just going to say, Jeff's talking about how the stringent policies that the NFL teams had. During the actual playoffs, the Houston Rockets sent a player home from the playoffs, a player that was necessary for them to win, and they sent him home because he had somebody that was unauthorized in his room, and we'll leave it at that.
Yep.
What do you mean?
We will leave it at that. Good one, Jeff. Al, don't go away. Coming up on DBL, actress Jane Lynch remembers her beloved Glee co-star, the late Naya Rivera, the memories that'll last a lifetime. And later, Naya's younger sister moves in with Naya's ex. Many of you have an opinion on that. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Jane Lynch is known for slinging insults on Glee, but now she's doing it as the new host of Weakest Link. Earlier, she told Tori why she was nervous to take on this new gig, and she took a moment to remember her late Glee co-star, Naya Rivera. That's today's Chatting with the Stars.
Welcome back, Jane Lynch, my shiro, my role model in life, to Daily Blast Live. I'm excited to talk to you about The Weakest Link. But first, we know you rocked a tracksuit really well. We do know that. So tell us, Jane, have you busted out the tracksuit for quarantine, or is it sweatpants like me and the rest of us?
I only have one tracksuit left. I've given them all away because I'm a giver. And I don't wear it anymore because they're made of polyester, so they're not fun to wear. But I've been wearing a lot of sweatpants. Yeah. I'm wearing pajama pants right now with slippers. Ooh, look at that. Oof, it showed the bottom of my slippers. That's not good. No.
Oh man, so they let you keep the tracksuit. Did they let you keep the megaphone? One of our viewers wanted to know.
I don't want a megaphone. No, I didn't even ask for it. What am I going to do with a megaphone?
It's a good call.
I got a loud voice. I don't need a megaphone.
You can project. You're absolutely right. Switching gears here, speaking of Glee, it is
Absolutely.
hard not to bring up your former co-star, Naya Rivera. I know you've been asked about her a lot, and so I want to be very sensitive here, but is there something you haven't shared about her yet, or a memory, or just a feeling you had from set that you'd like to remember her by?
Hey, are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Yeah, I know a lot of people knew she was fiery and, a really big presence and a force of nature, but she was the most loyal friend you would ever have.
Wow.
She was absolutely protective. If you were her friend, like my niece Megan, who was a good friend of hers, if you were her friend, you felt it and you knew it, and you knew someone always had your back. So a lot of people are hurting right now, especially our Glee family.
Yeah, you guys have had it rough. I'm glad that you are a family sticking together, because I know what that's like in theater when you have a group.
Yeah.
It helps when tragedy strikes, so I'm happy for you on that. Switching gears completely to The Weakest Link. The original show is iconic for many reasons, but the host was a big part of that.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So was Jane Lynch nervous to fill her shoes? I mean, tell me, really, for real.
It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Well, I tried not to think about that, Tori, because I always try to avoid subjects that are going to fill me with anxiety.
Totally.
So I didn't think too much about it. I knew I would find my way.
What made you think Einstein was the African-American astrophysicist?
I knew I would find my own way, so I didn't want to put, she certainly inspired how I host the show, but I'd be foolish to try to imitate her. So I kept that at bay, all those thoughts at bay. I would dismiss them immediately, and I think I ended up doing just fine.
How do you dismiss that? I'm in a lot of therapy, and I've spent a lot of money trying to figure that out. How do you dismiss the anxious thoughts so easily? Or is it a lot of practice?
I don't know that well, I guess it's a lot of practice in the beginning, because you have to break an old habit. I'm getting really deep with you right now.
Yeah, I know.
Because our self-doubt and and all those sabotaging thoughts are in there. Ooh, look what I just did with my hair. Are in there really deeply, and they're almost like on a record player. They're like deep grooves, and you have to figure a way how to get the needle out of there. And sometimes that just takes a lot of conscious work. But once you do it, it really is clear sailing.
Yeah, you look free. You look free. You're what I want to look like on my after picture. It's very, very happy. Yeah.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So you've kind of become my therapist. I really appreciate taking the time. I will pay you $150 after.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Totally appreciative. Thank you, Jane Lynch, for being my shiro, for joining us again on Daily Blast Live. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Seriously. The Weakest Link premieres on NBC tonight, people. Get there. Appointment TV. We'll be right back. Thanks, Jane.
Welcome back to DBL. Time for some comments. You guys are have a lot to say about the debate tonight. Don, there will be no winner, just a boxing match, taking cheap shots at each other. Teresa, Biden will not take cheap shots. He is not at all like the bully. Lisa, get the popcorn ready. Donna, Biden, Richard, Trump will win tonight and on November 3rd. And Donna, need real-time fact-checking. I'm with Donna. Why is there not real-time fact-checking?
I don't know. Maybe it's too much time to see if that's true, because sometimes there's semantics involved and they're like, it's technically true, but not really. I don't know.
Yeah, needs to be done. If you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. Carol Baskin is hanging up her dancing shoes. So what's next for the Tiger King star? And why has Naya Rivera's sister moved in with Naya's ex? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I am Sam here with Jeff. Al joining us from home. Al, you there? No freezing?
I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm no freezing. It's only when we first start. I don't know what it is.
I know, it's bizarre. Okay, so, well, the clause came out for Carol Baskin on Dancing with the Stars last night. The Tiger King star danced the samba to the circle. Oh my God, look at, wow. Okay, to the Circle of Life from The Lion King. But the judges were not impressed by her lack of energy, maybe her costume too, with one giving her a 3 out of 10. So today on GMA, Carol reacted to being booted from the show. Watch.
Your husband, he was not happy about it. He just flat out was not having it. So what did he text you?
Well, he texted me to say that he thought Bruno was on his list above the Tiger King producers as far as being unnecessarily cruel.
I can't get over the costumes. I'm dying right now. Al, what? Was she just there for ratings? Clearly. Did she deserve to go home in your book?
Are you really asking me that question, Sam?
Yes, I
am. When you get it, when you get a 3, it's time to go. You know, I am surprised that she has remained in the public eye. I believe yesterday we interviewed a private detective that's looking into the disappearance of her husband. I would just think that you would want to maintain a low profile. She's a national celebrity at this point. So I think, you know, once you do Dancing with the Stars, get that check, and I would lay low for a little while.
I hear you. You know who I really want to do Dancing with the Stars? Jeff Schroeder. So bad. I don't want to lose you to DBL for a month.
I would do it in a second, but I think you have to be. I say you have to be a star to do that.
You are a star. What would be your signature? Like, what would you come out for your signature dance?
First of all, I don't know. You just asked me the question 2 seconds ago. Now you want to lay out a game plan?
Think about it. Think about it. Like, would it be Grease?
Oh, that would be great. But I think I have to be known for something. I can't just go on Dancing with. You have to be like a star.
You're known.
What am I gonna do? Go out there and do the news reporter dance? Like,
no, I feel like you look like John Travolta. you could be John Travolta from Grease. People know you from Big Brother and from Daily Blast Live. Just do your Sandy. Do it.
Sandy. That's it. But then I get voted off.
Yeah, no, people would love that.
I would do it. You wouldn't do it?
For sure, but I'm the worst dancer on the planet.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't go far, but I would do it.
You've got some moves. I'm horrible. Al, do you've got moves?
I do, but I haven't, since I've gotten sober, I've never danced, so I don't know. I'd have to go out dancing sober a couple times to see.
Got it.
Has anybody ever danced without having a drink first?
Yeah, I do dance parties every morning with my daughter. In fact, remember I told you we're doing it to Who Let the Dogs Out this morning.
I'm trying to forget that. I'm paying a psychologist to help me forget that.
Okay, thanks. All right, so this next story, a lot of you have an opinion on it. I don't know how I feel about it. Just Naya Rivera's sister is defending her decision to move in with Naya's ex, Ryan Dorsey. Nikayla Rivera says she and Ryan are living together for the sake of Naya's 5-year-old son, Josie, who she's helping raise, after some people on social, a lot of people actually on social, speculating there is something romantic going on between the two. Nikayla posted on Instagram that she's not concerned with how things look. She added, compassion and not judgment, or judging others rather, are what matter most. Naya drowned in July in a California lake. This story makes me so uncomfortable. How do you feel about her sister having to defend her decision, Jeff?
Well, you know what, Sam? I kind of see it with different eyes, maybe. They went through a tragedy, right? One person lost their boyfriend, one person lost their sister, and I think you kind of relate to that person in some sort of way. I don't know the psychology behind that, but I think this is more common than people think. When there's a big tragedy and you both have love for that person that's no longer here, I think you kind of find love or comfort with one another. And she didn't seem like she's denying it in any aspect in just that little tweet that we saw or Instagram post. So I don't know if this is such a bad thing for that little girl. Her mother's gone.
Yeah.
You can't get her back. And the more people that love you at this point, I think the better. So I kind of see it with a different aspect.
I'm so happy you do see it that way. I just don't like talking about it, period. I'm so happy that you see it in a way that even if the trolls, and I'm going to say trolls on social media, are accurate, that they did fall in love, if that's even what's happening, who are we to judge that, right? They claim they are raising Naya Rivera's son, which is incredible. So I'm uncomfortable because these are two people that are probably, Al, in the worst moments of their lives, losing their loved one, their sister, the mother to their child, and then you have the trolls on social media saying, "How dare you go after, her love," or whatever you want to say. Like, I read some of the comments, and it's just it saddens me. It disappoints me.
Yeah, well, you know what, Sam? You know what's not going to help raise that little boy? Trolls and comments. What will is stability. A building just fell on this boy's life, and these two adults have taken it upon themselves to try and rebuild and give some structure to this young man who is, I'm sure, confused, I am sure sad, I am sure scared, and to wake up every day and to see two faces that he recognizes, two faces that love him, some sort of stability in the house, I think is a monumental thing, and I'm all for this.
Yeah, and to Jeff's point, if they do fall in love, awesome.
You could explain it later,
yeah,
but right now, the little boy needs love.
There you go. So Mariah Carey is alluding to a long-running feud with another diva in her new memoir. Her book, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, hit shelves today. Mariah seems to throw shade yet again at Jennifer Lopez by not even mentioning her name again. Instead, Mimi calls J-Lo another female entertainer whom I don't know. So this refers to a 2003 interview where Mariah claims she did not know Jennifer, even though Jennifer has said that they've met many, many times. Mariah also confessed that she lives Christmas to Christmas and celebration to celebration and calculates her life through albums, accomplishments, and holidays. What do you think about Mariah's take on time and just her new memoir?
I don't know about the whole time thing. The Christmas to Christmas, I'm going to give it to Mariah Carey. It's not Christmas till I hear All I Want for Christmas is You.
It's her song is so good.
Oh, I mean, it puts you in the spirit. Like you're walking through the mall, you hear that, you're like, it's Christmas time.
Yes.
But as far as not knowing who Jennifer Lopez is, there's a little bit of jealousy going on here. I'm going to just put it out, the facts right now. In 1997, Selena came out. She didn't know that Jennifer Lopez crushed that part of Selena in 1997, and 5 years later she's saying, I still don't know who she is? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, we all know that there's some sort of weird, whether you want to call it jealousy, Al, but yeah, especially because Jennifer Lopez has gone on record saying, we've met many, many times.
Yeah, Sam, I'm going to invent a new saying. Where there's smoke, there's hating. And that's what's happening right now.
That doesn't make sense, Al.
She does not like the fact that, let's be honest, Sam, J-Lo is way hotter than Mariah Carey right now. We see cutaways of J-Lo with Alex Rodriguez at sporting events. They were in the process, I believe, to buy the New York Mets. I may be wrong about that. She, up until the coronavirus, was still touring quite regularly and puts on a heck of a show from what I understand. J-Lo is that woman right now. And I think Mariah just feels like she's shopping in her neighborhood. Did I mess that saying up?
There's a couple in there that...
Yeah, they were trying to buy the Mets, I'm being told. But yeah, I don't know about when there's smoke, there's hate, and you need to work on that one. Go back to the drawing board, buddy.
I'm starting it today.
When Al goes, I don't know, but I've heard she puts on a good show. What is
Oh, gosh.
He sounded
a
like...
lot of hearsay. Jeez. All right, so...
Do you know how crazy I would look walking into a J-Lo show by myself?
Why not?
Al, why not?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Of a show.
Yeah, I heard that too. Okay, so switching gears, one man is racking up view after view after view and a lot of cash from his YouTube videos. I just learned about this guy, by the way, where he's intentionally stung by the most dangerous insects in the world. So a warning to our viewers, do not try this at home, okay? Have a look.
1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh, get away! Ah! Ooh! Really not that bad. Really not that bad at all.
That's amazing. That's Coyote Peterson. His Brave Wilderness channel has more than 3 billion views on YouTube, and he reportedly makes about $300,000 a month from online ads. I just learned about him from my nieces and nephews. So that, what you were seeing right there, that was a cicada killer. You want to know what else he was stung by? Just the names of these insects. Are you ready? They sound made up. The bullet ant, the giant hornet, and the executioner wasp. He's been stung voluntarily by all of them, and then he'll be like, yo, go get me the antivenom now. Like, it's crazy.
That is crazy, but you know what? I want to watch more.
I know.
I don't know why I love to see videos like this, Jackass, people falling downstairs.
I know. I laugh every time.
Okay, I think it's hilarious. So he's on to something. It just goes to my point. This guy got famous on his own, but if you make a reality show about anything, come up with the craziest concept, there's going to be people out there in line to do it.
Yep. Albert?
Yeah, you guys are a lot nicer than I am. I think this is ridiculous. Unless he's trying to figure out how to become a superhero, I think he needs to stop it. People are going to do this. People are going to do this. I think it's a bad idea. I don't want to see this man get hurt, but $300,000 a month, I don't know. I'd start little. I'll let I don't know, maybe like a red ant bite me.
No.
How much you get for that?
Nothing, probably. A red ant. You need to up your ante.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
that could be the name of the show.
Sam.
Get that? Up your ante with Al Jackson, and he just gets stung by ants all day.
And the tagline could be, it sounds like a heck of a show.
That's good. Okay, so how often do you guys wash your sheets and pillows? A woman found out that her boyfriend hadn't washed his pillows in, oh my God, 10 years? What? Check out how brown, I can't with this. I literally am getting nauseous. Check out how brown they are. She gave them a wash and a bath of borax, bleach, and dishwasher tablets, then put them in the washing machine. It seemed to do the trick as they look pretty white now. According to some experts, you should wash your pillows twice a year.
It was borax bleach a typo?
Wait a second. The pillow or the pillowcase?
I'm saying they're saying the whole pillow.
I've never washed my pillow.
Good, because I thought you were going to make fun of me. I've never washed a pillow in my life.
I wash my. Okay, they do say pillows. I wash my couch pillows all the time. I've never washed
the pillows.
My pillows.
Or the
both.
Outside.
I literally wash my couch. But as far as my own pillow, I always have a clean pillowcase, but I've never washed my pillow. Have you, Al? Jeff hasn't. I haven't.
I have never washed my actual pillow. I have that pillow that stays cool all the time, so I don't know what technology is in there, but I don't want the washing machine to ruin it. But as for your sheets and your pillowcase, knock that out every week. Just do it on Sunday when you're watching the games or watching movies. It's just start the week fresh with some fresh sheets. You don't want, like, listen, you sweat at night. Don't funk your sheets up.
You do sweat at night.
That's my campaign promise.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. How often do you wash your sheets and pillowcases?
My wife takes care of some of that stuff. Once a week.
Yeah, once a week. Me too.
But I've never watched a pillowcase. I never watched a pillow.
Me neither.
Never watched a pillow.
I think we should.
I get my pillows from
you'd mess
Target.
them
They're
up.
$4. I like the real thin ones.
What's the point then?
I just like it.
A flat pillow.
What's borax bleach?
I don't know.
Isn't it Clorox? Is that generic version?
Probably. Al, don't go away. Coming up on DBL, with so much uncertainty about the upcoming election, we're clearing things up with a voting expert to make sure your voice is heard. And later, do not try this at home. Learn from one man's mistake when he thought he was swimming with a harmless shark, you guys.
Tomorrow on DBL, a chilling family tragedy when two daughters are killed. Did their own dad do it because they fell in love with the wrong guys? That's tomorrow in True Crime Chronicles, only on DBL. Close.
Welcome back to DBL. We are just 35 days away until the election. Can you believe it? And if you still have questions about voting, don't worry, you're not alone. That's why our Tori Shulman talked to Shanae Cosme. She's the executive editor of Mike, where she focuses on educating people on important topics. She's giving advice to make sure your vote matters in today's DBL Spotlight.
Welcome, Shanae Cosme, to Daily Blast Live. You not only write about elections and voting, but you've seen it up close because you were at the Trump headquarters covering his win in 2016. Now it's 2020. What is the most important thing voters should know this year?
I think that voters just really need to understand that this isn't about politics right now. It's about people. So, all the things that we're facing right now, climate change, racial injustice, abortion access. These are the things that are on the line. So we need to be really thinking about that. This is the reason we have to get out to the polls. It's not an option right now.
For many people watching, this might be their very first time voting by mail. That's new for a lot of people, right? Is there anything they should know about, like stamps? Should they use a first-class stamp? How early should they send in their ballot?
I do think that there is just, a lot more misinformation out there that people need to be aware of. And one of those things was this whole, you need to put a first-class stamp on your envelope or it won't be received or your ballot. And that's just actually simply not the case. In fact, even if you put 0 postage on your ballot, the post office will process it.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's comforting.
Yeah, that actually makes me feel much, much better.
So, obviously, if you have health reasons, you should absolutely mail in your ballot. But if you can vote in person, I absolutely would urge you to do that. Obviously, if you would take every precaution that you would if you were going to the grocery store. So you'd put your mask on and you'd put your gloves on and you'd use the heck out of your hand sanitizer. But, if you can do that, I'd absolutely urge you to do that.
Kanye West, I have to get your opinion. Will his candidacy have a real impact on this election? I think it's racist to assume black people will just vote for him because he's black. What do you think?
Thankfully, I don't think that Kanye will have a major impact on the election. But I think the better question is, did he aim to? And the answer is yes, he did. He aimed to undermine the election because he wanted to help Trump and he wanted to edge out votes from Biden. In fact, Mike has a big investigative report right now about his campaign in Missouri trying to deceive voters to get them to sign him onto the ballot.
Wow. I just want to say I feel so much better equipped heading into Election Day. I'm sure our viewers do too. You are someone who speaks easily. You don't make me feel stupid. Thank you very much for helping us out. And please, everyone, check out Mike.com. It's an excellent site, really. I have it all over my feeds for more election coverage. Thanks again. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. The average American household spends $550 a month on groceries. So what's the best way to cut back? It all comes down to your list. We're chatting about it on today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. So building a better grocery list is key to saving money. Organize your items in the same order you'd shop for them in the store. Second, sale items should dictate your list. For example, chicken's on sale this week, stock up for a couple of dinners. If juices, buy one, get one, take advantage. Lastly, keep a coupon file every week. Go online or check the Sunday ads to see what's on sale at which stores. Clip them. Yep, if you're interested. When it comes to your money, the Hartford Financial is here to help, whether it's home, life, or business insurance. The Buck's got your back. Call 1-800-684-6085 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. You a coupon clipper?
No, but I wish I was. Remember that coupon show? Where they had to see who would save the most money?
No.
It was a good one.
Oh, sounds like it. You heard it was a good show. Oh, wait, but you saw it.
You know what? It was a heck of a show.
Coming up on DBL, it's the video we can't get enough of. Watch what happens when a man takes a dip with a shark. Don't go away.
Promotional consideration.
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, we've got a viral video for you, and I want to caution everyone at home. This is a bad idea. You cannot try this. A man jumps into the ocean to swim with what he thought was a harmless basking shark, only to discover it's probably a great white. Watch.
That was a bad idea! Get on the boat! Ryder! Oh, I touched it! Get on the boat! Dude, that's not a basking shark, dude.
Oh wow. My. Now, let me show you a side-by-side because they actually look very similar, basking sharks.
Which one's which?
And great whites. Well, I believe the basking's on the bottom.
Yeah.
The basking shark is on the bottom. They like to eat plankton. Great white, not so much. But you know how great white sharks can be polite. You know that, Al.
Polite, saying the worst time to discover that it's a great white shark is when you're in the water with it. The only safe shark is a shark that's in the ocean while you're in your living room.
What?
Al's got some good bumper stickers today.
Don't get in the water with sharks. I didn't know that this is something we had to tell adults.
What did you make of this?
I don't know. I wouldn't even jump in if I thought it was the other shark.
The basking shark is very, very sweet. The basking shark only eats plankton, so if it was a basking shark, you could definitely pet it, give it a hug. It's not a big deal. And great white sharks aren't that scary either. You just don't want to catch them in a feeding frenzy. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Today on Daily Blast Live.
Tonight's the night Trump and Biden face off in their first presidential debate. DBL Nation, who do you think will win? Caught on police body cam. Trump's ex-campaign manager wrestled to the ground and arrested. What led up to his run-in with the law? Carol Baskin just couldn't cut it. She's voted off Dancing with the Stars after a sleepy samba performance. And the game show Weakest Link is back with a new host.
It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Jane Lynch tells DBL what it was like to fill those legendary shoes.
I think I ended up doing just fine.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. All right, thank you, Jane Lynch. Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, September 29th. It's a big day. I'm Sam here with Jeff. Albert joining us from home. Hey, Al, how are you?
Hello, Sam. I'm trying not to freeze. Did we do it? Am I here?
But it doesn't.
I'm excited. We did it.
We're excited too, but Al, by you like not talking, like he did what?
He froze.
That's amazing. I'm sorry.
He's very robotic, though, in the beginning.
That's what I said. Him being robotic doesn't influence whether or not he's going to freeze or not. So that was weird.
So people in the control room probably like, I think something's wrong with Al's, but it was just Al talking.
Oh, he's back.
All right, there he is.
Al, you're back.
It happens every single time. I don't know what it is. I want us to extend that table so I can get in there with you guys. Enough of this at-home stuff.
I know. We need you, Al. Okay, so yes, you guys, tonight is the big presidential debate. Kind of feels like Super Bowl Sunday, doesn't it?
I'm excited.
I know, and I love that everybody's excited. And before we even get into it, we want to know what you guys think, DBL Nation. Who's going to win tonight's debate, Joe Biden or President Trump? Go to dblvote.com to tell us what you think. So the debate kicks off in Cleveland at 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Everybody set your televisions.
Cleveland.
Good one, Al. And a new poll is saying just 14% of voters have yet to decide who they're voting for. So the two candidates have reportedly taken different approaches to prepping for tonight. The president is not doing traditional debate prep. Instead, he's relying on his experience in office, saying he doesn't want to overdo it. Now, on the other side, Joe Biden has been practicing with his team by doing mock standoffs. So Chris Wallace from Fox News will be moderating, and interestingly enough, he will not be fact-checking either candidate. And did you know you can actually bet on tonight's debate? Some of the bets you can place include, will either candidate wear a mask on stage? Will the president say fake news or China more? And will the candidates greet each other with a fist bump, maybe an elbow bump, maybe nothing at all? What do you think about tonight's debate? You've been really excited. You talked about it yesterday.
First of all, that's a lock that they're not going to shake hands. Put your money on that one.
Okay,
that would be my first bet.
I don't think so.
Oh, of course not. Just the vibe that they have for each other and the coronavirus, I don't think they're getting near each other.
Really?
I don't know. Listen, don't bet on that. Don't listen to me. Let's get into what's going on tonight. I don't like, first of all, that Trump is not practicing and he's relying on, hey, I've been in office for 4 years. I'm going to be able to do this debate. He hasn't had a debate in a long time. You practice like you play. That's my first thing. I don't like that. And Joe Biden, unfortunately, I'm not knocking Joe here, but remember in 2016, Sam, when Hillary almost fell getting into that car or that station wagon, whatever it was? I thought that was a big moment of weakness for her that turned a lot of people off. I'm not saying that's what happened, but if Joe Biden has any of those moments tonight, I have a feeling he's going to turn a lot of people off. And we say only 14% are undecided. If you get 10% to swing, I think you won the election.
You're absolutely right, Al.
Yeah, I completely agree, Jeff. And, when it comes to our candidates, we need to continue to ask ourselves, I know we're having fun here talking about who wear a mask, who'll say fake news more, but I continue to ask our viewers and just the entire country, I want us to demand more of our candidates. I don't want to see mudslinging. I don't want our candidates prepping for what insults and what snappy your mom is so this comeback that it is. I want people to be talking about policy. I want to hear people talking about why there are 200,000 Americans that are dead. How are we going to get Americans back to work? What are we going to do to get finally past this COVID nightmare and start to have something that resembles life? So I just want to talk about the issues. And I'm a comic. I'm supposed to want to see roast jokes, but I just want to hear policy. What happened to me? DBL changed me.
Yeah, no, don't change, Al, because we all want to hear policy. We all want to get back to normal and a healthy life. So I think that's really important, Al. But also, I want fact-checking. On both ends, I want Joe Biden to be fact-checked, and I want President Trump to be fact-checked. So the fact that Chris Wallace isn't going to be fact-checking them, please, everybody at home, do your research. Because unfortunately, in today's day and age, with our candidates, we can't take what they say verbatim. So everybody has to do their due diligence. Make sure you do your research. And I love that you've become like a political analyst.
Listen,
like out of nowhere. It's amazing.
It's not the Super Bowl, but I mean, there's nothing else to do. I'm trying to look. Seriously, what's going on here is I do read a lot. I look at a lot of podcasts, and I look at different media news outlets. That's the most important thing I tell people at home.
Diversified.
If you're watching CNN, you got to watch Fox News. You have to see both sides and then come up with your own opinion, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
And I love that about you. Let's really quickly look at our very own DBL Nation. Whoa, it is close. 51% to 49%. You believe that Trump's going to win the debate? Wow. So speaking of diversifying opinions, maybe even some fact checking after tonight's debate, head on over to our DBL Instagram. Tori and Lindsay will be doing a live post-debate wrap-up with their thoughts and analysis on the debate on Instagram Live. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun with those two, so tune in. Okay, so we've got to talk about President Trump's former campaign manager, Brad Parscale, who's found himself in some trouble. So police just released body cam footage from an incident at his Florida home. His wife reportedly called police after she heard a gunshot. You can see her there in a bikini and towel talking to the cops. They found Parscale on the front porch, shirtless, holding a beer. He doesn't comply with an order to get on the ground, and that's when police took him down with force. Now, Parscale was involuntarily committed at a Florida hospital. The Trump campaign released a statement saying in part that Parscale is, quote, a member of our family and we all love him. What type of toll does the campaign take on people? What do you make of this whole interaction, Al?
Well, Sam, I always like to pull back from the campaign or any kind of celebrity issue and talk about how it affects everybody. Last week, I said on the show, please remember, everybody, that life is long. And the chances that somebody that you know or yourself is going to have a mental health issue or episode is almost 100%. And you look at this person who seemed like he had it all. He had the ear to the most powerful man in the world. And a couple months later, he's shirtless on the porch being tackled by police. There's two things to look at here, Sam. One, the idea that work stress does pour over into your personal life and can affect everything. And two, this is why we need people other than the police to be handling situations like this. Luckily, no one was killed in this situation, but a social worker is trained. That's their only job, is to learn how to diffuse situations like this. And that's what people are talking about when they're saying defund the police. They're saying fund the people that are trained for these situations so we don't have another tragedy.
Amen. Jeff?
I kind of agree with Al. Is going to take the mental health route on this one, Sam, because that's not a normal situation of what's going on. I'm glad, Al, you did not jump on like, this is a Trump former worker, and people automatically assume something when I just told you do your due diligence and learn about the case. I think we're dealing with someone with a mental health problem here, and I think that's what we need to focus on. So, Al, thanks for looking at it that way, too.
Yeah, well said. I agree with the both of you. So we do want to give a big DBL shout-out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. You guys, they won the Stanley Cup last night, becoming the first team to win a championship since the pandemic began. And there's one more sports story that we have to mention. At last night's Monday Night Football game, the ESPN announcer found himself in hot water after he repeatedly referred to the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes as Pat. Patrick's mother tweeted about it, saying, if this announcer doesn't stop calling my son Pat, I may scream, LOL, hashtag help. What if they're buddies? Do you think he doesn't want to be called Pat? What's going on here? I don't think it's a big deal. Is it a big deal?
I don't know. If Mama says it's a big deal, it's a big deal.
Oh, the announcer apologized, I was just told.
Yeah,
what if they're buddies?
Yeah, I think it's all in good fun. I don't think the mom really was being mean or anything. She was joking around. But hey, what if someone's like, hey, Sammy? Is there anything that
I don't mind. Or
Sammers.
Do you hate it when I call him Sammer the Hammer Slammer? That's what I was called. Because I used to be able to dunk on small basketball hoops, like the kid basketball hoops. So they called me Sammer the Hammer Slammer.
Did you hear this one? Sammer the Hammer Slammer?
Yeah. Al, do you have any nicknames that you don't
first
like?
of all, no, I mean, you know, it's interesting. If somebody calls me Albert, I know that you know me from the old school. My aunt, probably Aunt Valerie, watching back home in Cleveland, she calls me Albert. My mom calls me Albert. I don't know if I told you guys one time, I was in my mom's phone one time. She had me in there as Al Jackson, like I was her realtor or something. But you know, I do like the idea, because I was watching the Monday Night Football game, and it was all in fun, but some people don't like certain versions of their name. Jeff, do you have any issues with Jeffrey? I've never called you Jeffrey in your life.
No, I don't mind Jeffrey at all.
Yes, you do.
You know, I don't mind it.
He does?
You think I don't like that?
Because I've called him Jeffrey. Has he told you privately that he doesn't like it when I call him Jeffrey, Al?
No, he doesn't mind, but I know that our own Tori Shulman does not like to be called Victoria for some reason.
I call her a lot of other names that you probably won't like either.
Oh, all right. Al, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Jane Lynch is putting a new spin on an old show. She tells Tori, Victoria, how she's making Weakest Link her own. Plus, the COVID pandemic is still raging, the sober milestone the world just reached. Plus, the two NFL teams dealing with the illness. And as we go to break, we thank our coworkers producing the show from home. You guys are doing such a great job. We miss you. We'll be right back. The coronavirus has taken a big toll around the world. Now, more than 1 million people worldwide have died from COVID-19. 20% of that number is in the U.S. alone. Meantime, the coronavirus has hit the NFL. The Tennessee Titans have closed their facilities until this Sunday after 3 players and 5 members of the staff have tested positive. The team they play on Sunday, the Minnesota Vikings, said they're also shutting down in-person work just to be cautious. No one on that team has yet to test positive. Very scary. I mean, Al, do you think that the task force has members with diverse opinions? How are they making these decisions, and how do you see this moving forward with the season?
I don't know, Sam. I think you're asking that question maybe 7 months too late. Sam, you're talking about decisions. We made a decision. We made a decision as a country. It's like, you know, not doing anything is also a choice. And we had a chance early in February and early in March, late February, early March, to really lock down, have an unpleasant month, and we could have gotten these numbers under control. We chose not to do that. We questioned Dr. Fauci. We went with different people's takes, different websites. And, you know, whatever response you have to me for what I just said, it's what happened. Some states locked down, some didn't. Some states allowed partying, some didn't. Some states allowed bars to be open, some didn't. Some let churches be open, some didn't. And here we are asking questions, and we're surprised at the result. We made a choice. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I see. I totally hear what you're saying, Al. But to counter that, I don't think we knew what it was because we didn't, right? The United States acted one way, each state acted a different way, and you're right. I don't think we handled it the way we should have, looking back on the whole situation. But I'm glad the NFL is erring on the side of caution here. I don't know how that's going to play out for both of these teams if they do make it to the postseason, but I'm glad they're being cautious. If you watch Hard Knocks on HBO, I know I love football, so I watch it. They show how cautious they actually are. They go in their training camp. They show how many tests the players have to go through a day. And these players aren't out there partying, at least I hope they're not, because their careers are on the line. They don't want to get coronavirus either, so they're trying to abide by all those rules Al just mentioned earlier that we didn't do back in February or March. They're trying to counter that with doing their own little rules and trying to stay in their bubble now. So I applaud the NFL for erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, and I just hope. Yes,
and Jeff, really quickly, don't forget. I was just going to say, Jeff's talking about how the stringent policies that the NFL teams had during the actual playoffs. The Houston Rockets sent a player home from the playoffs, a player that was necessary for them to win, and they sent him home because he had somebody that was unauthorized in his room, and we'll leave it at that.
Yep.
What do you mean?
We will leave it at that. Good one, Jeff. Al, don't go away. Coming up on DBL, actress Jane Lynch remembers her beloved Glee co-star, the late Naya Rivera, the memories that'll last a lifetime. And later, Naya's younger sister moves in with Naya's ex. Many of you have an opinion on that. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Jane Lynch is known for slinging insults on Glee, but now she's doing it as the new host of Weakest Link. Earlier, she told Tori why she was nervous to take on this new gig, and she took a moment to remember her late Glee co-star, Naya Rivera. That's today's Chatting with the Stars.
Welcome back, Jane Lynch, my shiro, my role model in life, to Daily Blast Live. I'm excited to talk to you about The Weakest Link. But first, we know you rocked a tracksuit really well. We do know that. So tell us, Jane, have you busted out the tracksuit for quarantine, or is it sweatpants like me and the rest of us?
I only have one tracksuit left. I've given them all away because I'm a giver. And I don't wear it anymore because they're made of polyester, so they're not fun to wear. But I've been wearing a lot of sweatpants. Yeah. I'm wearing pajama pants right now with slippers. Ooh, look at that. Oof, it showed you the bottom of my slippers. That's not good. Yeah.
Oh man, so they let you keep the tracksuit? Did they let you keep the megaphone? One of our viewers wanted to know.
I don't want a megaphone. No, I didn't even ask for it. What am I going to do with a megaphone?
It's a good call.
I got a loud voice. I don't need a megaphone.
You can project. You're absolutely right. Switching gears here, speaking of Glee, it is
Absolutely.
hard not to bring up your former co-star, Naya Rivera. I know you've been asked about her a lot, and so I want to be very sensitive here, but is there something you haven't shared about her yet, or a memory, or just a feeling you had from set that you'd like to remember her by?
Hey, are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Yeah, I know a lot of people knew she was fiery and, a really big presence and a force of nature, but she was the most loyal friend you would ever have.
Wow.
She was absolutely protective. If you were her friend, like my niece Megan, who was a good friend of hers, if you were her friend, you felt it and you knew it, and you knew someone always had your back. So a lot of people are hurting right now, especially our Glee family.
Yeah, you guys have had it rough. I'm glad that you are a family sticking together, because I know what that's like in theater when you have a group.
Yeah.
It helps when tragedy strikes, so I'm happy for you on that. Switching gears completely to The Weakest Link. The original show is iconic for many reasons, but the host was a big part of that.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So was Jane Lynch nervous to fill her shoes? I mean, tell me, really, for real.
It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Well, I tried not to think about that, Tori, because I always try to avoid subjects that are going to fill me with anxiety.
Totally.
So I didn't think too much about it. I knew I would find my way.
What made you think Einstein was the African-American astrophysicist?
I knew I would find my own way, so I didn't want to put, she certainly inspired how I host the show, but I'd be foolish to try to imitate her. So I kept that at bay, all those thoughts at bay. I would dismiss them immediately, and I think I ended up doing just fine.
How do you dismiss that? I'm in a lot of therapy, and I've spent a lot of money trying to figure that out. How do you dismiss the anxious thoughts so easily? Or is it a lot of practice?
I don't know that well, I guess it's a lot of practice in the beginning, because you have to break an old habit. I'm getting really deep with you right now.
Yeah, I know.
Because our self-doubt and and all those sabotaging thoughts are in there. Ooh, look what I just did with my hair. Are in there really deeply, and they're almost like on a record player. They're like deep grooves, and you have to figure a way how to get the needle out of there. And sometimes that just takes a lot of conscious work. But once you do it, it really is clear sailing.
Yeah, you look free. You look free. You're what I want to look like on my after picture. It's very, very happy. Yeah.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So you've kind of become my therapist. I really appreciate taking the time. I will pay you $150 after.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Totally appreciative. Thank you, Jane Lynch, for being my shiro, for joining us again on Daily Blast Live. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Seriously. The Weakest Link premieres on NBC tonight, people. Get there. Appointment TV. We'll be right back. Thanks, Jane.
Welcome back to DBL. Time for some comments. You guys are have a lot to say about the debate tonight. Don, there will be no winner, just a boxing match, taking cheap shots at each other. Teresa, Biden will not take cheap shots. He is not at all like the bully. Lisa, get the popcorn ready. Donna, Biden, Richard, Trump will win tonight and on November 3rd. And Donna, need real-time fact-checking. I'm with Donna. Why is there not real-time fact-checking?
I don't know. Maybe it's too much time to see if that's true, because sometimes there's semantics involved and like it's technically true, but not really. I don't know.
Yeah, needs to be done. If you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. Carol Baskin is hanging up her dancing shoes. So what's next for the Tiger King star? And why has Naya Rivera's sister moved in with Naya's ex? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I am Sam here with Jeff. Al joining us from home. Al, you there? No freezing?
I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm no freezing. It's only when we first start. I don't know what it is.
I know, it's bizarre. Okay, so while the claws came out for Carol Baskin on Dancing with the Stars last night, the Tiger King star danced the samba to the circle. Oh my God, look at, wow. Okay, to the Circle of Life from The Lion King. But the judges were not impressed by her lack of energy, maybe her costume too, with one giving her a 3 out of 10. So today on GMA, Carol reacted to being booted from the show. Watch.
Your husband, he was not happy about it. He just flat out was not having it. So what did he text you?
Well, he texted me to say that he thought Bruno was on his list above the Tiger King producers as far as being unnecessarily cruel.
I can't get over the costumes. I'm dying right now. Al, what? Was she just there for ratings? Clearly. Did she deserve to go home in your book?
Are you really asking me that question, Sam?
Yes, I am.
When you get it,
I
when
don't know
you get
your
a 3, it's
opinion on
time
Carol
to go.
Baskin.
You know, I am surprised that she has remained in the public eye. I believe yesterday we interviewed a private detective that's looking into the disappearance of her husband. I would just think that you would want to maintain a low profile. She's a national celebrity at this point. So I think, you know, once you do Dancing with the Stars, get that check and I would lay low for a little while.
I hear you. You know who I really want to do Dancing with the Stars? Jeff Schroeder. So bad. I don't want to lose you to DBL for a month.
I would do it in a second, but I think you have to be. I say you have to be a star to do that.
You are a star. What would be your signature? Like, what would you come out for your signature dance?
First of all, I don't know. You just asked me the question 2 seconds ago. Now you want to lay out a game plan?
Think about it. Think about it. Like, would it be Grease?
Oh, that would be great. But I think I have to be known for something. I can't just go on Dancing with. You have to be like a star.
You're known.
What am I gonna do? Go out there and do the news reporter dance? Like,
no, I feel like you look like John Travolta. You could be John Travolta from Grease. People know you from Big Brother and from Daily Blast Live. Just do what's your Sandy? Do it.
Sandy. That's it. But then I get voted off.
Yeah, no, people would love that.
I would do it. You wouldn't do it?
For sure, but I'm the worst dancer on the planet.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't go far, but I would do it.
You got some moves. I'm horrible. Al, do you've got moves?
I do, but I haven't, since I've gotten sober, I've never danced, so I don't know. I'd have to go out dancing sober a couple times to see.
Got it.
Has anybody ever danced without having a drink first?
Yeah, I do dance parties every morning with my daughter. In fact, remember I told you we're doing it to Who Let the Dogs Out this morning.
I'm trying to forget that. I'm paying a psychologist to help me forget that.
Okay, thanks. All right, so this next story, a lot of you have an opinion on it. I don't know how I feel about it. Just Naya Rivera's sister is defending her decision to move in with Naya's ex, Ryan Dorsey. Nikayla Rivera says she and Ryan are living together for the sake of Naya's 5-year-old son, Josie, who she's helping raise after some people on social, a lot of people actually on social, speculating there is something romantic going on between the two. Nikayla posted on Instagram that she's not concerned with how things look. She added, compassion and not judgment, or judging others rather, are what matter most. Naya drowned in July in a California lake. This story makes me so uncomfortable. How do you feel about her sister having to defend her decision, Jeff?
Well, you know what, Sam? I kind of see it with different eyes, maybe. They went through a tragedy, right? One person lost their boyfriend, one person lost their sister, and I think you kind of relate to that person in some sort of way. I don't know the psychology behind that, but I think this is more common than people think. When there's a big tragedy and you both have love for that person that's no longer here, I think you kind of find love or comfort with one another. And she didn't seem like she's denying it in any aspect in just that little tweet that we saw or Instagram post. So I don't know if this is such a bad thing for that little girl. Her mother's gone.
Yeah.
You can't get her back. And the more people that love you at this point, I think the better. So I kind of see it with a different aspect.
I'm so happy you do see it that way. I just don't like talking about it, period. I'm so happy that you see it in a way that even if the trolls, and I'm going to say trolls on social media, are accurate, that they did fall in love, if that's even what's happening, who are we to judge that, right? They claim they are raising Naya Rivera's son, which is incredible. So I'm uncomfortable because these are two people that are probably, Al, in the worst moments of their lives, losing their loved one, their sister, the mother to their child, and then you have the trolls on social media saying, "How dare you go after, her love," or whatever you want to say. Like, I read some of the comments, and it's just it saddens me. It disappoints me.
Yeah, well, you know what, Sam? You know what's not going to help raise that little boy? Trolls and comments. What will is stability. A building just fell on this boy's life, and these two adults have taken it upon themselves to try and rebuild and give some structure to this young man who is, I'm sure, confused, I am sure sad, I am sure scared, and to wake up every day and to see two faces that he recognizes, two faces that love him, some sort of stability in the house, I think is a monumental thing, and I'm all for this.
Yeah, and to Jeff's point, if they do fall in love, awesome.
You can explain it later,
yeah,
but right now, the little boy needs love.
There you go. So Mariah Carey is alluding to a long-running feud with another diva in her new memoir. Her book, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, hit shelves today. Mariah seems to throw shade yet again at Jennifer Lopez by not even mentioning her name again. Instead, Mimi calls J-Lo another female entertainer whom I don't know. So this refers to a 2003 interview where Mariah claimed she did not know Jennifer, even though Jennifer has said that they've met many, many times. Mariah also confessed that she lives Christmas to Christmas and celebration to celebration and calculates her life through albums, accomplishments, and holidays. What do you think about Mariah's take on time and just her new memoir?
I don't know about the whole time thing. The Christmas to Christmas, I'm going to give it to Mariah Carey. It's not Christmas till I hear All I Want for Christmas is You.
It's her song is so good.
Oh, I mean, it puts you in the spirit. Like you're walking through the mall, you hear that, you're like, it's Christmas time.
Yes.
But as far as not knowing who Jennifer Lopez is, there's a little bit of jealousy going on here. I'm going to just put it out, the facts right now. In 1997, Selena came out. She didn't know that Jennifer Lopez crushed that part of Selena in 1997, and 5 years later she's saying, I still don't know who she is? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, we all know that there's some sort of weird, whether you want to call it jealousy, Al, but yeah, especially because Jennifer Lopez has gone on record saying, we've met many, many times.
Yeah, Sam, I'm going to invent a new saying. Where there's smoke, there's hating. And that's what's happening right now.
That doesn't make sense, Al.
She does not like the fact that, let's be honest, Sam, J-Lo is way hotter than Mariah Carey right now. We see cutaways of J-Lo with Alex Rodriguez at sporting events. They were in the process, I believe, to buy the New York Mets. I may be wrong about that. She, up until the coronavirus, was still touring quite regularly and puts on a heck of a show from what I understand. J-Lo is that woman right now. And I think Mariah just feels like she's shopping in her neighborhood. Did I mess that saying up?
There's a couple in there that...
Yeah, they were trying to buy the Mets, I'm being told. But yeah, I don't know about when there's smoke, there's hate, and you need to work on that one. Go back to the drawing board, buddy.
I'm starting it today.
When Al goes, I don't know, but I've heard she puts on a good show. What is he?
Oh, gosh.
He sounded
a
like...
lot of hearsay. Jeez. All right. So
you know how crazy I would look walking into a J-Lo show by myself?
Why not?
Al, why not? I heard
Nothing
she puts
wrong
on a
with
heck
that.
of a show.
Yeah, I heard that too. Okay, so switching gears, one man is racking up view after view after view and a lot of cash from his YouTube videos. I just learned about this guy, by the way, where he's intentionally stung by the most dangerous insects in the world. So a warning to our viewers, do not try this at home, okay? Have a look.
1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh, I got away! Ah! Ooh! Really not that bad. Really not that bad at all.
That's amazing. That's Coyote Peterson. His Brave Wilderness channel has more than 3 billion views on YouTube, and he reportedly makes about $300,000 a month from online ads. I just learned about him from my nieces and nephews. So that, what you were seeing right there, that was a cicada killer. You want to know what else he was stung by? Just the names of these insects. Are you ready? They sound made up. The bullet ant, the giant hornet, and the executioner wasp. He's been stung voluntarily by all of them, and then he'll be like, yo, go get me the antivenom now. Like, it's crazy.
That is crazy, but you know what? I want to watch more.
I know.
I don't know why I love to see videos like this, Jackass, people falling downstairs.
I know, I laugh every time.
As long as they're okay, I think it's hilarious. So he's on to something. It just goes to my point. This guy got famous on his own, but if you make a reality show about anything, come up with the craziest concept, there's going to be people out there in line to do it.
Yep. Albert?
Yeah, you guys are a lot nicer than I am. I think this is ridiculous. Unless he's trying to figure out how to become a superhero, I think he needs to stop it. People are going to do this. People are going to do this. I think it's a bad idea. I don't want to see this man get hurt, but $300,000 a month, I don't know. I'd start little. I'll let I don't know, maybe like a red ant bite me.
No.
How much you get for that?
Nothing, probably. A red ant. You need to up your ante.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
that could be the name of the show.
Sam.
Get that? Up your ante with Al Jackson, and he just gets stung by ants all day.
And the tagline could be, it sounds like a heck of a show.
That's good. Okay, so how often do you guys wash your sheets and pillows? A woman found out that her boyfriend hadn't washed his pillows in, oh my God, 10 years? What? Check out how brown, I can't with this. I literally am getting nauseous. Check out how brown they are. She gave them a wash in a bath of borax, bleach, and dishwasher tablets, then put them in the washing machine. It seemed to do the trick as they look pretty white now. According to some experts, you should wash your pillows twice a year.
It was borax bleach a typo?
Wait a second. The pillow or the pillowcase?
I'm saying they're saying the whole pillow.
I've never washed my pillow.
Good, because I thought you were gonna make fun of me. I've never watched a pillow in my life.
I wash my. Okay, they do say pillows. I wash my couch pillows all the time. I've never washed
the pillows.
My pillows.
Or the
both.
Outside.
I literally wash my couch. But as far as my own pillow, I always have a clean pillowcase, but I've never washed my pillow. Have you, Al? Jeff hasn't. I haven't.
I have never washed my actual pillow. I have that pillow that stays cool all the time, so I don't know what technology is in there, but I don't want the washing machine to ruin it. But as for your sheets and your pillowcase, knock that out every week. Just do it on Sunday when you're watching the games or watching movies. It's just start the week fresh with some fresh sheets. You don't want, like, listen, you sweat at night. Don't funk your sheets up.
You do sweat at night.
That's my campaign promise.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. How often do you wash your sheets and pillowcases?
My wife takes care of some of that stuff. Once a week.
Yeah, once a week. Me too.
But I've never watched a pillowcase. I never watched a pillow.
Me neither.
Never watched a pillow.
I think we should.
I get my pillows from
you'd mess
Target
them
and
up.
they're $4. I like the real thin ones.
What's the point then?
I just like it.
A flat pillow.
What's borax bleach?
I don't know.
Isn't it Clorox? Is that generic version?
Probably. Al, don't go away. Coming up on DBL, with so much uncertainty about the upcoming election, we're clearing things up with a voting expert to make sure your voice is heard. And later, do not try this at home. Learn from one man's mistake when he thought he was swimming with a harmless shark, you guys.
Tomorrow on DBL, a chilling family tragedy when two daughters are killed. Did their own dad do it because they fell in love with the wrong guys? That's tomorrow in True Crime Chronicles, only on DBL.
Welcome back to DBL. We are just 35 days away until the election. Can you believe it? And if you still have questions about voting, don't worry, you're not alone. That's why our Tori Schulman talked to Shanae Cosme. She's the executive editor of Mike, where she focuses on educating people on important topics. She's giving advice to make sure your vote matters in today's DBL Spotlight.
Welcome, Shanae Cosme, to Daily Blast Live. You not only write about elections and voting, but you've seen it up close because you were at the Trump headquarters covering his win in 2016. Now it's 2020. What is the most important thing voters should know this year?
I think that voters just really need to understand that this isn't about politics right now. It's about people. So, all the things that we're facing right now, climate change, racial injustice, abortion access. These are the things that are on the line. So we need to be really thinking about that. This is the reason we have to get out to the polls. It's not an option right now.
For many people watching, this might be their very first time voting by mail. That's new for a lot of people, right? Is there anything they should know about, like stamps? Should they use a first-class stamp? How early should they send in their ballot?
I do think that there is just, a lot more misinformation out there that people need to be aware of. And one of those things was this whole, you need to put a first-class stamp on your envelope or it won't be received or your ballot. And that's just actually simply not the case. In fact, even if you put 0 postage on your ballot, the post office will process it.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's comforting.
Yeah, that actually makes me feel much, much better.
So, obviously, if you have health reasons, you should absolutely mail in your ballot. But if you can vote in person, I absolutely would urge you to do that. Obviously, if you would take every precaution that you would if you were going to the grocery store. So you'd put your mask on and you'd put your gloves on and you'd use the heck out of your hand sanitizer. But, if you can do that, I'd absolutely urge you to do that.
Kanye West, I have to get your opinion. Will his candidacy have a real impact on this election? I think it's racist to assume black people will just vote for him because he's black. What do you think?
Thankfully, I don't think that Kanye will have a major impact on the election. But I think the better question is, did he aim to? And the answer is yes, he did. He aimed to undermine the election because he wanted to help Trump and he wanted to edge out votes from Biden. In fact, Mike has a big investigative report right now about his campaign in Missouri trying to deceive voters to get them to sign him onto the ballot.
Wow. I just want to say I feel so much better equipped heading into Election Day. I'm sure our viewers do too. You are someone who speaks easily. You don't make me feel stupid. Thank you very much for helping us out. And please, everyone, check out Mike.com. It's an excellent site, really. I have it all over my feeds for more election coverage. Thanks again. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lori.
Welcome back to DBL. The average American household spends $550 a month on groceries. So what's the best way to cut back? It all comes down to your list. We're chatting about it on today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. So building a better grocery list is key to saving money. Organize your items in the same order you'd shop for them in the store. Second, sale items should dictate your list. For example, chicken's on sale this week, stock up for a couple of dinners. If juices, buy one, get one, take advantage. Lastly, keep a coupon file every week. Go online or check the Sunday ads to see what's on sale at which stores. Clip them. Yep, if you're interested. When it comes to your money, the Hartford Financial is here to help, whether it's home, life, or business insurance. The Buck's got your back. Call 1-800-684-6085 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. You a coupon clipper?
No, but I wish I was. Remember that coupon show? Where they had to see who would save the most money?
No.
It was a good one.
Oh, sounds like it. You heard it was a good show. Oh, wait, but you saw it.
You know what? It was a heck of a show.
Coming up on DBL, it's the video we can't get enough of. Watch what happens when a man takes a dip with a shark. Don't go away.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Hello, I want to
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, we've got a viral video for you, and I want to caution everyone at home, this is a bad idea. You cannot try this. A man jumps into the ocean to swim with what he thought was a harmless basking shark, only discover it's probably a great white. Watch.
That was a bad idea! Get on the boat! Ryder! Oh, I touched it! Get on the boat! Dude, that's not a basking shark, dude.
Oh wow. My. Now, let me show you a side-by-side because they actually look very similar, basking sharks.
Which one's which?
And great whites. Well, I believe the basking's on the bottom.
Yeah.
The basking shark is on the bottom. They like to eat plankton. Great white, not so much. But you know how great white sharks can be polite. You know that, Al.
Polite, saying the worst time to discover that it's a great white shark is when you're in the water with it. The only safe shark is a shark that's in the ocean while you're in your living room.
What?
Al's got some good bumper stickers today.
Don't get in the water with sharks. I didn't know that this is something we had to tell adults.
What did you make of this?
I don't know. I wouldn't even jump in if I thought it was the other shark.
The basking shark is very, very sweet. The basking shark only eats plankton, so if it was a basking shark, you could definitely pet it, give it a hug. It's not a big deal. And great white sharks aren't that scary either. You just don't want to catch them in a feeding frenzy. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.